All right, and that means we are live. How exciting, right?
Very
Everyone,
exciting.
everyone's ready to model it up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool. All right, so let's just go ahead and dive right into the character introductions. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Sweet.
My character's name is Dudrik Zoolander.
Put that in chat for spelling.
Okay. Hold up. There you go. That's how you spell my name. Very
Nice.
All right. So basically, what I look like is clothes. I wear a blue and black leopard print suit.
Cool.
Very, very gaudy looking.
Of course.
My physical appearance is I have spiky black hair, flawless skin, and perfect cheekbones.
Of course. What's your race?
I'm an elf.
Yep. All right, cool. So elves, are a lot of elves models?
I'd say so. I mean, like, considering elves are somewhat of the prettiest race out there, majority of them go into modeling.
Yeah, of course. So elves are considered classically beautiful in this world.
Yeah.
Cool, of course. All right, cool. And what is your weapon of choice?
Oh, was I supposed to pick a weapon?
It's on your sheet.
Oh, okay. Weapon, good looks. That's my weapon. I'm good looking. My whole body is a weapon.
That's right. Great. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so growing up, do your parents support your modelness?
No, they always thought it wasn't gonna go anywhere. But now that well, at first they didn't really have faith in me until I became a big model, and now they just want money from me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, is there any room for religion as a male elven model?
Depends on who's paying me.
But you yourself don't believe anything.
No, it's just whatever. If someone's paying me to believe one way or another, it's money.
Nice. All right, what's your alignment?
I'd say neutral, good. I always try and do the good best, the good thing. But if someone pays me money, I'll do what needs to be done.
Cool. And did you have a mentor coming up to be a model? Is there someone who showed you the ways of the model?
No, I looked up into it because
Did you learn modeling on the streets?
I did. I was on the streets with nothing but my good looks and my clothing.
Awesome. So now you have a rival. I would tell you this rival's name is Mock Killigan Swagger is his name.
Okay. Do I need to write that down?
You can. I'll put it in.
Okay.
Well, now Brandon's gonna have to watch this one.
Was that his name on that old campaign?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mock Killigan.
Mock Killigan Swagger.
He's the most beautiful man in his own mind.
Oh yeah. He's a gorgeous man. Now this takes place in an alternate universe from the other game, and this would be a much younger Mock Killigan than the one that we witnessed in our other game. So a young Mock Killigan Swagger as a model.
You just couldn't let it go.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, cool. So what is so you became the top model in this world. You were living the high life, and this this rival of yours, Mott Killigan, he overtakes you as the top model. And it sort of sends you spiraling down. You get sort of filled with some self-doubt and stuff. And you wind up modeling at a community college. How did that happen?
Well, so we were competing for the next top model, or I was defending my place as the top model, and then Swagger came up and tried to take it from me, and we had a fashion off, and unfortunately, he was more limber than I was, and I pulled something, and that was the end of it. Like, my face tricks just didn't work that day, and it was just like I pulled something in my finger, and it just didn't work.
Dear Lord, not your finger.
Oh no, I know it was horrible. I went for the bang bang, but then my finger jammed up, and so it was like that.
Oh
so
God,
it was horrible. It came out horrible.
They refer to it as the
nice.
incident.
The incident. Yeah. So, do you not? But I assume you don't speak of the incident anymore.
No, and I don't like to talk about the incident.
Cool. So now you work at this community college. So, what led you to work at that job?
Needed a job. and what better place than like be the best good-looking person in a community college, because I can just teach them what I know.
Cool. And maybe it's the only place that would hire you after your fall from grace.
Yeah.
All right,
it was
cool.
either this or gasoline fighting. That.
Very popular sport nowadays.
So I want to posit that the name of this college is School for the Children That Don't Model So Good. All right, cool. So now you currently teach advanced modeling, and you only have a small class. You've got sort of like 3 people in your class, and I'd imagine this is probably like the premier class of the college, since you're sort of this former famous person.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. Now the school you're looking at, well, we'll come back to that if we introduce everybody else. So put a pin in that.
Okay.
And I'll come back to you. All right, cool. So is there anything else you want to tell me about your character this time?
He really become addicted to facial creams to try and to try and keep his skin as flawless as he can.
Are there any side effects?
Sometimes my face gets stuck when I make my poses, and then I have to slap myself a couple of times to get it to get back. Like, sorry, that happens sometimes.
Nice. All right, cool. All right, so who wants to go next then?
Alright, I guess I'll go next.
Cool. What's your
Type
name?
it in chat.
What's your name and age?
I am currently Riley Goodwitch, and I'm only 47 years old.
Only.
I'm an elf,
Oh,
so...
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get a spelling for that in the chat. Cool. The most complicated way to spell Riley. Gotcha.
Yes.
See, the first problem is that you told people what your age is. As a model, you never tell people what your age is. You keep them guessing.
Cool. And then, so what's your class, race, and gender?
My class is alternative model. I am an elf, and I am female.
Cool. And then go ahead and give us a physical appearance and what you're wearing.
Well, I mostly wear swimwear because I'm rollerblading all the time, and decided, hey, what goes better than a nice cool breeze? So I'm currently wearing a one-piece pink bathing suit with hearses and spider webs on them because I'm an alternative model. Why wouldn't I be? I've also got nice bright pink hair that my ears just pop out of on the sides, as well as a couple of piercings through one of them. And I've got several tattoos all over me. Nice full sleeves,
Sweet.
chest piece. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So then, what is your weapon of choice then?
My weapon of choice are gold knuckles.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, where did you get those at?
Well, when I started thinking about modeling, my parents were very much against it, to the point where they were trying to keep me in the house. So I ended up making friends with someone who works as a model, alternative model, and she was like, "Yeah, not a lot of people like us, so you might need some protections." So she gave those knuckles to me.
Cool. And what was this character's name?
Jennifer.
Always Jennifer.
Yes, it's always Jennifer.
Should have been Karen.
So, now, what is alternative culture like in this sort of modern fantasy world?
Well, not a terribly large amount of people are into us, but the ones that are kind of secretive about it, because we're not normal models. We usually do a lot of partially or fully nude pinups,
Okay.
which apparently aren't too looked well upon.
Yeah, sure. Do you have an OnlyFans?
Ah, yes, I do have an OnlyFans
Okay.
for the low price of $59.99
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, why not? Is that monthly or?
monthly subscription.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So, do you have any religion at all?
Yes, I decided to take up the religion of the rest of the alternative models. We currently praise and worship a pair of traveling pants.
Is this a sisterhood?
It's been called a sisterhood before.
Hold on.
That's great.
Can't.
That's great.
Cool. So, these traveling pants, they like exist though. They're like an actual physical pair of pants.
I've never seen them, but I've been told they exist.
Okay. Cool. And they magically fit anyone, right? That's the.
Oh,
rule.
they just walk around by themselves.
Oh. Okay. All right. Cool. Nice. All right.
From what I've been told, they have the perfect modeling strut.
Nice. Okay. Fantastic. I'll make some notes here. All right. What's your alignment?
I am chaotic good. Because while we are alternative models, we're pretty free-spirited. As long as you're not doing anything too bad, we don't really mind it.
Now, so you're going to a community college for modeling. As a non-traditional model, what made you decide to go to community college for modeling?
That would come back to Jennifer. In order to fully get myself in a position where I could be on one of the calendars for the alternative models or something of the like, I do need prior modeling experience. So they sent me to the college to get me that experience.
Okay, cool. That's nice. Awesome. All right. What is Riley's ultimate goal? I mean, is the calendar the ultimate goal, or is there something beyond that?
Just to get acknowledged.
Acknowledgement. I mean, that's
Yes.
pretty basic model desire, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
She doesn't really care too much.
Yeah. And is there anything else you'd like to tell me about Riley at this time?
She's never not wearing her skates, which makes showering kind of difficult.
Ooh, weird, funky, even. All right,
Bet
cool.
they smell funky.
Describe the skates to me. What do these skates look like?
Once again, to go with the outfit and the hair, they're nice and bright pink. But we also have some nice little modeling stickers on the side. And if you look really closely, you might even see Dudrick Zoomlander's face on there.
Oh, so are you a fan of his work then?
Oh, yes, of course.
Right, cool, nice. So did you know about him before you attended the school?
Well, he was pretty well known. He is an older model. I may not have met him myself, but hanging around with Jennifer and them, we have run across him before.
Okay, cool. Now, Jennifer, I believe, maybe you haven't seen Jennifer in a little bit of time now. Maybe it's been 6 months or a year. Did something happen between you to cause a division?
You can say that. The people that Jennifer took me to meet liked me a little better than they did Jennifer. Jennifer doesn't have a very good personality for people.
Oh man, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So a little bit of Maybe she's got a little resentment for you at this point in time. All right, cool. All right, well, then we'll move on to the next person. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, cool. Name and age.
All right. So my username is it's on there. It's basically a little sparkle, fashion nerd sparkle, and my age
cool.
is 19.
All right, cool.
I am human.
All right, and then you're an Insta model, right? Instagram model.
Instagram model.
And gender.
The gender is female.
Cool. All right, so give me a physical description and clothing that you're wearing.
Physical description: blonde, contoured makeup. You know, your average influencer. Tall. Obviously, I'm very young, and I usually wear things like yoga pants, crop tops, things like that. You know, just kind of the athletic wear, whatever looks good in a photo that gets a lot of views.
Cool. All right. Now, what is your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice is a smartphone. I always have it on me.
Of course, I mean, it would make sense.
The power of selfies compels you,
right?
Like,
Absolutely.
Okay, so hold on, losing place of cell phone. Yep. All right. So what is sort of the influencer culture like in this modern fantasy world?
Super submersive. Like, you know, like I said, it's an all-day job. You know, what you eat, what you wear, what you're doing. It's always documented, and we're a pretty inclusive group. You know, there are all sorts of races and alignments and things like that. But only a few can be the best.
Of course. And you well, hold on, we'll come back. Do you have a religion of any kind?
I can say that I've dabbled in a few religions just to see how many views I got, because I would post religious relics and rituals and things just to see how crowds reacted.
But do you actually have a religion, or are you pretty religionless?
I think I'm still searching.
Oh yeah, okay. So discovering yourself. What's
always keep them guessing.
What's your alignment?
My alignment is chaotic neutral.
Okay, cool. Now, you are you're already sort of established as an Instagram model, so you're probably already raking in money through various venues and streams and things like that. But you've gone to college for modeling. Why?
Well, my parents were happy that I was a model, but they wanted me to be a smart model because smart's sexy, so it makes more money. And I got my tuition paid through Patreon accounts.
Yeah, nice.
Oh my god.
So, all right, cool. And what is your ultimate goal as an Instagram model?
Popularity, attention, views.
Influence.
Yes, influence. Ultimately, power.
Okay, cool. Now, as I understand it, you are not the #1 Instagram model. You are, in fact, number 2.
Oh no.
What is the name of the #1 Instagram model?
This is some crushing news. I'm not really sure. I thought I was.
Damn, Patty.
It's another Jennifer.
Another Jennifer?
Or Karen.
Karen.
So, what is the name? Come on, throw me a name. Any name.
Sure. Jennifer 2.
Also Jennifer. Cool. Yeah. All right. Let me hold on. Let me write this down.
This is gonna be so confusing.
No, it's gonna be great. That's fine.
Jennifer
All right.
or Jennifer
So now-
2?
Her
So-
username is Better Fashion Nerd.
Yeah.
Ow.
So dang. So, but now you've met Jennifer before. You've had some encounters with Jennifer, and you guys
Jennifer 2.
You guys don't like each other. Why?
Well, obviously, she took my #1 spot.
But it goes deeper than that, I think. What's like, she wronged you in some way. What happened?
Well, you know, she threw some pretty low blows about who I was as a person. Me disappointing my parents.
Dang, dang. All right. Now, she has you ever like insinuated maybe that you like are buying some of your followers, or she ever try and call you out for? Maybe they're not true, but she's like trying to sling mud about how you attain
course.
your fame. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
How else would she dethrone me?
Of course, right. All right, cool. All right. So get to it first. All right, that's good. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about Fashion Nerd?
Just like, follow, and subscribe.
All right, fantastic. All right, so JJ,
Yeah, let's do it.
what's your character's name and age?
McLovin, age 30.
Cool. Throw that in the chat as well, if you could.
Okay. Just one name, no first and last.
Of course. No, that makes sense. And 30. Cool. All right. I have questions about that. What's your class, race, and gender?
Class. Hairstylist? Or no? What am I? Hair model.
Hair model.
That's what
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Race is elf. Gender is male.
Cool. Now your we'll come back. Appearance, physical appearance, and clothing.
Okay. Physical appearance, tall and skinny with a huge afro. Wearing a purple suit.
I like this guy.
Nice, nice, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what is your weapon of choice?
Dual hairbrushes.
Nice. All right. So real quick, describe these hairbrushes to me. What do they look like?
So you know how like the cheap hairbrushes, they're kind of light, plastic. These are metal, and they got really spiky bristles on them.
Ooh.
Ooh, rough,
Yeah.
rough.
Devastating.
Cool. All right. So now you are 30, but you're a senior in college. So I'm gonna guess you got started in school later.
Yeah, I dabbled around doing side gigs here and there, trying to be a regular model, but it just wasn't for me. They told me I was too skinny, so
Ooh,
then
harsh.
I decided to be a hair model, go back to school,
Ooh,
start all over.
nice. So now, what were you doing to earn money before you went back to school?
I was working in a restaurant.
Okay. What was the name of this restaurant?
Ooh, I don't know. Let me think about that for a second. Somebody got a suggestion here?
I mean,
Anything's fine.
It can be Bojangles. I don't care.
Literally, the name should be Anything's Fine. That way, when someone says anything's fine, okay, we're going to anything's fine.
Okay, anything's fine. That's the
Anything's
name of
fine.
it.
Cool. Cool. All right. So, how do you fit into elven culture as a hair model?
Well, the elves actually are all about their hair, and they can grow it in a variety of different ways. So, they look to me because I am a natural.
Cool. So, is having an afro as an elf, is that like magically infused hair, or is it like is it something that just naturally grows on you?
Yeah, I guess my body just like has magic flowing through it, so that's
So,
what comes out of my head.
So do you choose like whether or not your hair grows in a fro, if it grows straight, or?
Oh yeah, I style it into an afro.
Cool. Now, where did you learn to style hair?
At the school that I'm at now.
Okay, great. Yeah, fantastic. All right. Do you have any kind of religion?
No.
Religion. Do you have an alignment?
Neutral.
Cool. Now, there's a character. I would say it's a female character, and this particular person, every time you've tried to get ahead in sort of modeling. This person's been there to sort of just like slap you down, right? She's sort of the bane of your existence almost. What's this character's name?
Oh.
It can be Jennifer.
No.
No.
We have 2 Jennifers already.
Karen.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
All right,
Karen.
Karen. 1 second. Cool. So Karen, now Karen's got some like long flowing sort of blonde locks. What is it? What is it that Karen has against you? Why doesn't Karen like you?
She wishes that she had very curly hair. It
Oh,
would
dang.
stay up and grow into what they call an afro.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So she's jealous of your ability to grow the fro.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy.
All right, cool. Now, what is McLovin's ultimate goal?
To be the #1 hair model.
Yeah, of course.
Be the face of the elf. You know.
Cool. All right. Is there any other information you'd like to tell me about McLovin at this time?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, so what we're going to do now is bonds. Everyone's had time to listen to everyone else's story. And so on your sheet, you're going to have the bond section where it's going to have some stuff written out, and you're going to fill out people's names in those bonds. You can put a name in there as many times as you want, and you can have all of your bonds be about one person, or you can divide it up amongst the people. But just take all 4 bonds, slap names in them in a way that you think makes sense according to the bond and what you've heard about each character. And we'll go from there. I'm going to come back to Matt. I'll give you all just a minute, though, if you want to take a second to fill those out.
Hey, Amanda.
Yeah.
Did you not? I was looking. You didn't type your character's name down.
Oh, well, let's see. It's on. It's I have as my name, but I'll put it on there as well.
Oh, okay.
It would be helpful just to have it in the chat also, because your names at the bottom don't display on the the screen.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Okay. And it's just
Well-
Fashion Nerd.
Well, it took away the little asterisk, but yeah.
Okay.
Now it's not weird if someone shouts, "Hey, nerd!"
Wouldn't be the first time.
And hopefully it won't be the last.
Okie dokie. We don't have to
Affectionate
fill
term.
all 4 out. We just need to fill 1 for each person, right?
At least, I mean, I certainly encourage you to fill out 4, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
I am.
So, Matt, tell me about your bonds.
So, McLovin. I think McLovin has a promising future. I like his style. It reminds me of a young myself, just less talented. I definitely dig the fact that he can change his hair the way he does. So I want to take that person as my protege.
Nice. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So McLovin, are you aware that he feels this way about you?
No.
Okay, so it's something he feels, but he hasn't like expressed it necessarily.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, what's your next bond then?
So the next one is Fashion Nerd. I because I'm like a traditionalist. I like fashion, like in books and stuff like that. I don't really get into the whole like cyber kind of thing. I don't think that the cyber modeling is taking the modeling seriously.
that works very well for my bond. So yeah.
I don't really trust the online models because I think they have ulterior motives in that aspect.
Cool. All right. And so Fashion Nerd, are you aware of his feelings about you? As a can you tell in the way that he interacts with you that maybe he doesn't respect you as a model?
Absolutely. I mean, just based on his age alone, you know.
Of course. His mysterious but old age.
You can tell.
Okay, cool. So what's your next bond?
It would be you pronounce this Riley.
Yes.
Riley. So I'm really upset that Riley can turn left so easily. That just irritates me. And so I don't not like Riley. I just whenever she turns left, it irritates me.
Now, I do have a question. So you have a hard time turning left. It's not that it's impossible, it's just very hard for you to do. Does the world know this, or is this something you've kept pretty secret?
I think I keep it a little bit close to the... Because I don't want anybody to know that I have imperfections. So me not being able to turn left would be something that maybe very, very close friends or people I trust know about. Not everybody knows about it.
Yeah. Also, for you, JJ, who has not seen Zoolander, the character of Derek Zoolander can't turn left.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, cool. All right. And do you have any more bonds, or is that it?
Nope, that was it.
All right.
That's the three I did.
All right, cool. So let's go to Riley. Let's hear some bonds.
All right. For Dudrick, I feel like your look is tired and boring, so I want to update your style.
Cool. All right. So, Dudrick, do you know that Riley feels this way about you?
Oh, that she wants to update my style?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she might have said something.
I think I know... Did you say something?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I think maybe I've heard her say something in passing or something like that, but it's... I think it's one of those things that I don't think... Because I'm so self-centered, I don't think it's important. I might have heard it, but I don't really care.
All right, cool. Awesome.
We'll go so far as to say in my off time, I'm working on a new outfit for him.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your next bond then?
For McLovin, he seems pretty cool, and I will definitely get to know him better.
Cool. All right, so McLovin, has Riley sort of made attempts to get to know you? Is that something that you're accepting of, or is it something that you've sort of been staving off?
We're cool. We're friends. We say hey to each other when we see each other.
Right. I mean, you're in the same class, for however many hours every day, right? So.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's your next bond?
Okay, Fashion Nerd. I'm also very much of the mindset that Instagram doesn't count, so I believe the Fashion Nerd is so fake and everyone knows it.
Wow.
Daniel,
she
do you
doesn't
have
even
some,
believe in the pants.
do you have some real world feelings on this? Come on.
So Fashion Nerd, how do you feel? Do you know that Riley sort of also doesn't accept your profession?
So jealous.
Jealous.
That makes
I will
sense.
clarify, she as a person is cool, but her modeling is just, it's not modeling.
Okay, all right. Cool. All right, and do you have any
Pays the
other?
bills, get some use.
All right, do you have a fourth bond?
Yes, and in fact, it's for everyone. I want to give everyone a piercing.
Nice. All right, cool. Now, do any of the rest of you have piercings?
No.
No.
Fashion Nerd.
Sure.
I am not going to mess up my flawless skin by putting piercings in it.
Of course.
Don't worry, it's just a nipple piercing for you. It'll look really
Yeah.
nice with the outfit I'm planning.
Classy.
I think you forgot the T on classy.
Cool. All right. Cool. Let's see. Everyone piercing. And you are adept at piercing. It's something you have the ability to do.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's move on to Fashion Nerd. what are your bonds?
All right, Dodrick, Zoolander doesn't understand the internet fashion of the future.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And, even though you're not really for it, I bet if I collaborated with Riley, I could increase my following by 11%.
Nice. Now, Riley, do you know the fashion nerd wants to collaborate with you to sort of boost your numbers?
I will say I would be fine with it so long as it was on my website. I don't do Insta, but if you want to see some nice pictures, maybe buy a nice calendar.
Your OnlyFans?
Yes, my OnlyFans.
I have many streams of income, but I choose to only, divulge a few.
Cool. So now, are you aware of Riley's OnlyFans and that Riley is interested in bringing you in to be on that sort of platform? I guess.
Sure.
Cool. Now, are you receptive to that, or is that something you're like, like it's too soon, right? Too soon to reveal the goods.
Let's just say that Fashion Nerd probably has some other things started.
Okay. All right.
Not
Cool.
not everyone knows about.
Sure. All right. Cool.
She got some stuff on the back burner.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And so then, what's your next bond?
Also with Riley, I bet if I collaborated with them, I already read that one. Could be the next e-girl. So.
Okay. All right. So, Riley, are you interested in the prospect of becoming an e-girl?
I don't really think I would do like Instagramming or emailing or anything, but I mean, maybe if I get popular enough.
See, the views brings everyone in.
E-girls do like Twitch streams and stuff like that too. I'm an e-girl.
Yeah. Just because it says Instagram modeler doesn't mean that it's basically influencer.
Right.
I wouldn't mind getting on like YouTube.
See? Yeah. Of course. I'm already on YouTube.
Copyright laws. It's ElfTube, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Sounds like the most horrible site. Let's go.
Magic Tube. All right,
and Tweech with 2 eyes. Tweech.
Tweech.
And also, it's Instagram with an R. Instagram.
And the last one is I know McLovin's dirty secret.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
McLovin, what is this dirty secret that you have?
It's a secret.
Nah, man. you don't have to tell the characters, but you gotta tell the players, man. What is your dirty secret?
Okay. My afro's actually a wig.
That was actually what I was gonna say.
Shame.
I know.
Okay.
I had so much potential in you.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Everybody.
Yeah,
falls
my character
victim
doesn't know that.
Cool.
The perfect
All right.
filter, even if it's a wig.
All right. So, all right. Well, McLovin, how did Fashion Nerd find out about this wig business?
It was a very, very windy day, like basically hurricane-style winds, and we walked outside, and yeah, it got grabbed, but yeah.
So what is
I grabbed it, up in the air like this, but it wasn't on my head anymore.
Too late.
So what does your real hair look like?
So I actually have long, flowy hair.
Oh,
But-
okay. All right.
Like Fabio?
Kind of, but it's short. If I grew it out, it would be like that.
Okay.
I
Cool.
have to be short to hide it under my afro.
All right. Cool. So then, McLovin, what are your bonds?
Okay. Dodrick's dye job isn't fooling anyone.
Oh,
Shade.
How could you?
Dudrick,
He is hot.
your dye job. So how long ago did you start dyeing your hair?
It's only been recently. Like
Okay.
I just noticed recently that it's been starting to go a little, as I like to call it, platinum gold.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not gray. It's platinum gold.
Sure. Yeah. It's
This
white.
is why you
It's
hate the
white gold.
internet.
All right. Cool. So what's your next bond then, McLovin?
I have styled Fashion Nerd's hair before.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
All right. Cool. Is this like you did it because of blackmail because she knows your secret?
No, she just asked me to style her hair.
Okay, so fashion
Yeah.
nerd. What does he style your hair often, or is this like a one-time thing?
Cool.
I have to have my hair looking flawless all the time.
Okay. So then
But blackmail is not my style.
okay, so do you pay him for services rendered, or is there some other exchange?
I promote him.
Okay, all right, cool, nice. All right. So what's your next bond then, McLevin?
Riley's split ends make me want to vomit.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
It's pink dice.
Riley. Why have you not taken care of those split ends?
well, I got to keep the hair long for right now in case I want to do something with it. But I just haven't really been worrying about it too much. I've been more into tattooing myself.
Okay, all right.
The hair comes second.
Sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
All the shade being thrown. All right, and then do you have another bond there? Is
Yeah.
that it? Okay, yeah.
Riley's line of work intrigues me.
I bet.
You want to come over to the dark side? We have males in the alternative modeling business. Let's go.
Cool. So now, Riley, are you aware that McLevin is interested in your profession, or is it something that McLevin's keeping to themselves for the time?
Oh, I do know because he is one of my OnlyFans subscribers.
Knew it. Hold it.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Yep. I'm not gonna ask any more questions about that. Just let that be. Okay. I don't want to go to too weird of a place. We all have to go back to work on Monday.
Hey man, just avoid eye contact for a couple of days and we're good.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Awkwardness resets.
At least everyone works in different departments. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I think we're gonna take just 3 or 4 minutes while I put a few things together. If y'all want to go to the restroom or refill your drinks or anything like that.
Yep.
Word.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think it's funny that almost all the characters, except for one, chose elf. Because I was just BSing when I came up with most elves go into modeling.
Yeah.
I was like, that's funny, but like 3 out of the 4 of us are elves.
It does make sense, though, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
didn't
they
know
are.
what to pick.
Well, I mean, it does make sense because in like fictional worlds, elves are supposed to be like the prettiest and the one that everybody thinks looks better than everyone else. So. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Is this my classroom?
Sure is.
Ooh.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
Ooh.
I don't know. Whoever put an eye on the desk.
Oh. I thought you were like serious. I was like, oh. Daniel's mad.
Samuel,
No, I'm just easy breezy.
have you dipped into the mango habanero meat yet?
Not yet. We were gonna do that tomorrow at D&D, but
Okay,
then
nice.
Brad called out of D&D, so we'll most likely just go over there and try it.
Hey, Mike, how much was is that a new brand of grape mead that you made?
Oh, that Dylan got?
Well, I haven't given it to Dylan yet. I was thinking about drinking it and
Oh,
then
gotcha.
giving you some more money for some more of it.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
But it's still here at my house.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it's the same stuff.
All right.
Just
Sorry
great.
about that.
Yeah, it's just great.
How much would it cost to get another one of those mason jar full?
$55.
Like $5.
$5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring you that. I'm gonna drink his.
All right, so we're all back, right? Cool. All right. So, ooh, weird.
Crunchy.
So we're gonna open up in the classroom of Sir Dudrick Zoolander. Is it Zoolander or Zoolander?
Zoomlander.
Zoomlander.
I changed it mid while I was thinking about it.
Yeah, Zoomlander. All right, cool. So Dudrick Zoomlander, and you're giving sort of your lecture as normal. Could we hear some of your lecture? Is that something you're willing to do, or?
Yeah. So I'm guessing they're all sitting down.
Yeah, so they're all
Like,
sitting there.
What kind of area is this?
So
Is it
it's
like they just have chairs and tables,
Yeah,
or
it's
what
a
is it?
regular desk setting, sort of wooden desks.
So how long have we had class together? Just to give me a rough idea.
So they're seniors. You probably would have started teaching them second year. So you've known them for like maybe about 3 years now. So and you have class every day. So you would have had them in larger classes. As the classes go on, it gets whittled down to the better models until you're finally teaching like the seniors, and you usually only have anywhere from 2 to 8 total students in your senior class. This year it just happens to be 3. So
Okay. So yeah, Didrik is gonna be like, for most of you guys, you know what I told you on the first day of class. Only think about yourself. Everyone else comes second. If you're not first, you're not important. And so he's gonna go in and be like, and as I've told you about fashion modeling, we don't try. We just don't think about it. So I'm pretty much going into like telling them like the basics, or going over the basics. I guess we're gonna have a big test coming up about the fundamentals of modeling, because they're about to be senior. They're about to graduate. So I'm going over just basically like the fundamentals of like, hey, this is what you need to know when you leave here. This is what you need to look out for and stuff like that, so people don't rip you off and you get the best deals.
now, do you have any advice for them about being taken down by other models, or watching your own back, or staying relevant?
Yeah, so basically I would tell them, if you ever get knocked down, you just keep climbing up. It's like a jungle gym. You just make your way across. You go over the top, and then you go back again. It's a never-ending circle. You just do what you can.
All right. Now, you guys are listening as students. Does anyone have any questions? Can you raise their hand and have a question for Dudrick?
Yes, I'm gonna raise my hand. When are you gonna let me update your wardrobe?
I'm on my phone.
Yeah. You're selfieing right now, like in class.
Yeah.
So I would be like, the same day
Snapchat.
fashion nerd puts down her phone.
And is McLevin taking notes, or what's McLevin doing? Styling his hair?
Yeah, playing with his hair.
Yeah. Cool deal. All right. So as you're all sort of doing class as you do, the door sort of burst open, and one of the other teachers has like a newspaper in their hand, and the title reads "Big Fancy School Decommissions Garbage Community College." Right. And so, as who's the best reader?
Well, I have a ability called Read Good.
Yeah,
So,
but-
I don't know if that makes me the best. If
have
that
you-
does,
have you
we're
read the
screwed.
Have you read the properties of Read Good?
It says poorly read by expert from a book confusing your target for one turn.
Yeah, so maybe not you.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that either
looking at
Riley
intelligence
or
Who's the most intelligent?
I've got a 9.
Have a 15.
I have 8.
I would say fashion nerd would
yeah.
be the
So maybe Fashion Nerd reads it, and Fashion Nerd reads out aloud that basically
reading. Not important.
the top model Mock Killigan Swagger has he has his own school, and it is the most prestigious model school in all of the world. For whatever reason, he's decided that he's gonna buy the community college and shut it down because it only produces, and I quote, second-rate models, right?
Ooh.
And he calls Dudrick out for being a sorry disgrace for an educator and an embarrassment to the modeling community. So, and in it, he even issues a challenge. He says, if anyone from that school could beat his team of models, then he would lay down his crown as the top model. But he knows that will never happen because A, they're worthless models, and B, they're nothing but cowards. So how does Dudrick take this information?
So fashion nerd read all this out to us.
Yes.
Well, Dudrick's gonna get mad because he's not gonna. Nobody's gonna know, but in his head, he's gonna go back to like the traumatic experience, and it's just gonna flare up the anger, and the eye of the turkey is gonna go on in his eye, and so he's gonna be like,
Runway PTSD.
yes, and so we're gonna be like, Dudrick's gonna be like, we're gonna win that. We're gonna show them who's who.
All right, cool. Now, do the rest of you feel like you need to rise to the call of this challenge as well? Because your school's about to shut down, and the last 4 years you spent trying to earn a degree is about to be just sort of thrown out the window.
Well,
Part of me is thinking about posting a Patreon so that I can earn money to go to the better school.
Riley doesn't care that she's been talked down on. You know, most of our squad of alternative models usually are, but she doesn't like the fact that she's about to graduate and they're going to close it down. So maybe.
Yeah. And what about
Still do it, you know.
what about
I'm gonna
McLevin?
stick alongside Dudrick, what he does.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh
Awesome.
man.
All right. So yeah. So you sort of jointly decide that you're gonna take him on. You're gonna go to his school and like give him the business, right? You're gonna accept his challenge, right?
By giving him the business, I mean beat him in the face with brass knuckles.
So the first thing you have to do is like put together a plan, right? I mean, maybe you're all not necessarily the brightest people in the world, but you know that like you at least need a plan, right? So you're all gonna get together at the nearby restaurant. It's what is it? Anything? What was the name of the
Anything's
restaurant?
Fine.
Anything's Fine. Yeah. So you're gonna meet at the Anything's Fine, and so you're gonna sit around a table and start discussing what you think you should do. So how does that go?
First of all, I want to order something that photographs well.
Cool. So what do you order?
Probably avocado toast.
Yep. Right. Describe this avocado toast. What does it look like?
Well, I want it on a very specific plate, and then I kind of arrange the pieces around, and it's got some edible flowers on top.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's got like a little mimosa or faux mimosa drink on the side. I have to watch my carbs; it can't be alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Cool. So now, the Anything Goes. It's a kind of a swanky restaurant. McLovin, explain the interior decor of Anything Goes.
There's like chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. The booths are really nice and comfy. Like a lot of them are like a U-shaped.
Cool.
Let's see. A really nice bar with like a marble countertop.
Yeah. So you're sitting at this table, and Dudrick, what's your plan?
Guys, I have a plan. And my plan is we get a jet and we just jump out and then just fall through the window on top of them. Surprise! They'll never see it coming.
And what do the rest of you think about this plan?
Well, I mean, the guerrilla tactic seems really, really promising. But let's just kind of put this on hold and look at everyone's strengths, all right? So I'm thinking that Riley's probably our muscle. I'm probably the charm. And if all else fails, we can have McLovin rip his hair out with a weapon hairbrush.
Cool.
And if that fails, we'll just get a real gorilla.
Animals.
What
I'm in.
What does Riley think about all this?
Riley thinks everyone here is quite stupid, but she's also very stupid, so it sounds like the right plan we have.
Dude, my
Excuse me, I
intelligence
have
is
a
pretty
15.
low.
Riley's very much into the thought that we could get a real gorilla.
I
Nice.
turned down Ivy League to pursue what I'm pursuing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, Alicia Silverstone and Clueless are away now. Okay.
So I want to ask these three guys: is there anybody they might know or any information that we might be able to get from the new school so we can have a good idea how to attack them?
I do have some questionable contacts. I could possibly glean some information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could reach out. There's probably members of the Simp Army.
There's a role for that, questionable contacts, I do believe.
Yes, there is. It is roll plus charisma,
All right.
Ooh.
and that is.
Whoa!
Wow. All
Goodness gracious.
right. So
Nice.
let's read that out and see what that ability does.
Contact one of your questionable friends for a favor. 10 plus, acquire what you need. 7 to 9 with complication.
Cool. So you got the 10 plus. So what is it that you need? What are you after here?
Let's ask the group what they want to find out, information-wise.
Weaknesses on our opponent.
Yes, that'll be nice. I'm gonna ask about the weaknesses of the other group that we all have to defeat.
Ask about the leader. Take down the leader, you take down the group.
It's true. McLovin, do you have any contacts or anything that we could
Hold
talk
on.
to someone?
Let's the information that you get from your contact. So you know that he's in his facility, and you find out sort of they give you his sort of like his itinerary, so you know exactly where in the facility he's going to be at any given time from now and sort of through the next sort of 48 or so hours. You got his schedule.
Nice.
You'll know exactly where he'll be. So that's what you receive. And the schedule shows that he will be in the school for that whole time. And he's got various classes that he goes to. And so that's sort of where we're at. So anyone else want to do anything related to this at the moment?
Do we have a target that we can like talk to right now?
No, so yeah, you're in the restaurant, and there's this is a pretty popular space for models. Now, because McLovin has worked here, certainly you have people you can possibly talk to in the restaurant, bartenders or waitresses or whatever, and all around you there are various just groups of people having their meals or whatever. So there's that.
Okay. Nah, I don't think I really have anything to contribute here.
Okay. So do we see any like? So the new school, do they wear uniforms that say they go to that school or something like that? That we would.
They don't wear uniforms per se, but all of them have somewhere on their person, like a sash or a patch or something for the school, and the what it is sort of it's a picture of like this sort of like ornate skull, and it's always sort of in like pastel colors. It's just very like contoured. It's very sharp and soft all at the same time. The depiction of this skull.
Do they
Need one
count
of those.
tattoos of it?
Yeah. There are also tattoos of this skull that people could have. Yeah.
Can I whip out my tattoo gun and just tattoo it on myself?
You could, but now all the tattoos are done with a sort of a special ink that's only in the school itself. So at a distance, someone could probably mistake it, but on a closer inspection, they would know that you were not from the school.
I'm fine with that. I want to tattoo it onto the back of my hand.
Okay, all right, cool. Let's do a roll for that using your tattoo ability then.
All right. That is plus Dex. That is 9.
All right, cool. And so read out the information on that so we can all know what it means.
Well, for 7 to whip out my tattoo gun and brand my target skin with the identifying image, granting them permanent disadvantage. But at a 7 to 9, they retaliate against me in anger.
Yeah. So you're doing this to yourself. You're going to damage yourself a little bit because you're retaliating against yourself.
That's fine. I am stabbing myself with a needle.
Cool, yeah. So go ahead and roll for some damage against yourself.
Let's see, what is my damage? Oh, it's a 1d6. That's not bad.
Yeah.
5. Okay, that's a little bit.
Yeah, and I think you have like 1 armor, so like a 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually your 5 armor, but now you have this emblem on the back of your hand.
Yes.
Cool. So as you're all sort of doing this and sitting there, people in the restaurant have started like filtering out, and it's sort of just you. And you look behind you, and there's a group of 4 behind you. These 4 people are all. They have the air of being models, but they have the air of being like not good models. And Dudrick actually recognizes one of them to be a model for retail store commercials.
Ooh.
Yep. And
So tacky.
yeah, and they all recognize you, so they know who you are, and so they call you out. They say, Dudrick Zoolander, today is your last day as a model. And they all pull out a varying cornucopia of just like forks, knives, and spoons. They mean business. They seem like they're going to attack you.
Dudrick's gonna look at him and be like, "Well, joke's on you, because I've already had my last day as a model."
right, cool. So they're gonna attack you. What do
You're
you
not
do?
even Googleable.
Wow, wow. So yeah, they're gonna attack you. What do you do?
I'm on roller skates, so I'm gonna rush up to the first one I can get to, and
Can
use
I-
my choker.
So there was. Go ahead. Sorry.
Whichever one's closest to me, I'm gonna use choker on.
All right, so I'm going to describe them this way just to make it easy to separate them. One is a brunette, one is a redhead, one is a blonde, and one has black hair. So they're the rainbow of hair colors. And from left to right, it is brunette, redhead, blonde, and black.
All right.
Which one?
Let's go for the blonde then. I'm gonna try and choke out the blonde with my choker.
Okay, all right, cool. So let's roll for it.
Roll plus dex, that's 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so then tell us how the move works.
I remove my choker and use it to strangle the opponent. On a 10 plus, the target takes 1d6 damage and passes out for a turn.
All right, cool. So yeah, let's roll for damage then.
3.
All right, cool. So it takes 3 damage. You describe the whole process.
Well, I see them start gathering weapons and such, so I just roller skate on by, wrap around behind the blonde, and just choke her out with my choker.
All right, cool. And so she falls to the ground and passes out. This will give anyone, she's prone for like 1 turn basically, so anyone who attacks her will just get to just immediately roll against her. Meanwhile, we've got the other 3 going. Who's going on next?
I'll go.
All right, cool.
We're in a crowded place. I think I'm gonna call in the Simp Army.
All right, cool. So let's read that out to us how it works.
Okay. Message your Simp followers to attack your foe. I have my phone. 10 plus on all Simps, 4d4 damage. 7 to 9 is some of the Simps, 3d4 damage and you are detained for 1 turn. And -6, you know.
Yeah.
6
All right,
or
cool.
lower. You
So
guys.
let's roll for it.
Oh, nice. 11.
All right, cool. So then which one are you attacking?
I'm going for the redhead.
All right, cool. And then roll for damage.
All right, let's see if I even have enough. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's do the maths. Okay, we have 3. We have a 12 damage.
All right, cool. So this you won't incapacitate them, but they will be damaged pretty bad. Explain what the Simps do. What happens?
Well, I'm like, pile on the redhead. So they're pulling her hair out, they're tripping her up. She's got on these gaudy heels, so it's hard for her to get around really good. And
Are they yelling things like "Leave fashion nerd alone"?
sure are. Bless them.
Cool. So they do their damage, and they all sort of, after they finish, they run up to you, sort of like in a was I a good boy sort of fashion. How do you dismiss them?
Head pats.
Okay. You give them all their head pats, and then they all vow never to wash their heads again, and then they sort of leave. Now you've still got the brunette and the black-headed one, and they are now sort of each of them descending upon Dudrick and McLevin. What's Dudrick doing?
Dudrick's gonna do Le Tigre on the brunette.
All right.
It's gonna be a 7.
Okay. So read the description of Le Tigre so we all know what it does.
So Le Tigre is strike a powerful pose and deal 2d6 damage. 10 plus complete success. 7 to 9 success, but lose ability for the rest of the fight. 6 and under, GM informs results.
Cool. So you got your 7 to 9.
Yep.
So you'll do your damage, but you won't be able to use it again in this fight. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll for damage.
Hey, so do I roll the 1d8 or do I roll 2d6 for damage?
What is
Because it says deal 2d6.
Yeah,
damage.
it's so just a 2d6. Yeah.
And do I add my strength to that, or it's just a straight 2d6?
Just straight. Well, 2d6. There's a modifier. This is at the top. Should be. It says roll 2d6, and in parentheses it says roll with.
Okay. So that's gonna be 10. That's gonna be a 10.
All right, cool. Well, no, I'm sorry. You got the 7 to 9. So we already rolled for success. So
Yeah.
So not with strength on the damage though. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it'll
so
be
8, right?
that'll be 8. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can do 8 damage to the brunette. Obviously not killing or disabling the brunette, but you are just going to deal damage with your Tigre. Explain the forceful power of your pose.
So I just look at the brunette and then I go. And then the shockwave of me making the face hits her like her stepdaddy.
Dang. All right, so yeah, definitely knocks her back a few feet. Meanwhile, McLevin, this blackhead's sort of like coming at you with a fork, diving at you with it, trying to stab you. What are you doing?
Okay, well, I think I can maybe just take her out in one hit.
Get
I'm
it?
gonna hit her with my hair whip.
You whip it back and forth?
Oh, yeah, kinda.
It's more like a hair sledgehammer if it's an afro.
I don't know how much to roll though. Is it 2d6?
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus whatever the modifier is to the side.
Gotcha, okay. Plus 1, okay. Nice!
Dang.
Very nice.
Nice.
Alright. I gotta roll for 3d6 damage.
Okay, cool.
And that's no modifier on that? Oh.
Okay.
Goodness gracious,
So,
bro.
man, so you're not gonna kill it, but like
What?
it's near death, right? Near death, right? So
God.
so tell me how you attack this person in such a way that they are almost dead.
So she's coming at me with her fork, right?
Yep.
Well, I have a magical afro wig on my head. It's super enchanted.
Yeah.
So, like, basically, if somebody's coming at me, it just has, like, defense enchants, and it just makes me go, whoopah, and slaps them. Like, a hand literally comes out of the afro and smacks her.
Nice.
north.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a fro fist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just comes out and punches, right? Oh, cool. Awesome. So where does the fist land? Like on the face, chest? How's it happen?
Catch her on the side of the face.
Cool. Yeah. You see some blood come out of the mouth and like a few teeth come out with the force of this hit, right?
Ooh.
And it sort of spins her around. And she's pretty like dazed and confused. Anyone attacking from this point would certainly take advantage. And then so the let's see, the redhead that was attacked is now regained consciousness from the original choking, so she's made it back up to her feet. What is Riley doing right now?
While she was popping up, I'm gonna try to tattoo her.
Okay, cool. All right. So read to us. How does that work?
How it works is I whip out my tattoo gun and brand their skin with an identifying image, granting them permanent disadvantage. As long as it's 7 to 9, they retaliate. 10 plus, they take greater disadvantage.
Okay, cool. So let's roll for that. 2d6 on the modifier on your page.
Yep.
Do the
That is
Mike
a
Tyson
5.
tattoo.
That is not. It does not work.
Yep. It does not. Cool. So as you wear the tattoo gun and you go to sort of tattoo, and is this the redhead?
This is it's the one that I knocked out.
Yeah, the redhead. Or no, that was the redhead. That was the
The blonde, I think.
blonde. Yep, the blonde. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you go, being sort of mad at the choking before, the Vaughn pulls out the 2 spoons, blocks your gun, and then brings up a knee and knees you right in the chest, knocking you back sort of several feet in the process. You take some amount of damage, 4 damage, and you can deduct any armor rating you have from that as you take a hit to the gut. Meanwhile, what's Fashion Nerd doing?
Oh,
Yeah, we can't hear you at all. No audio.
Ooh.
Nope, no audio.
By the way, I like that you picked Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now we got you.
Hello.
there we are.
All right, so
Yeah,
now what
there
is
we go.
Fashion Nerd doing?
Okay. Well, how far did you hear? Any of it?
Nope, nothing.
Nope.
All right. I was saying that I would bring back the Simp Army again.
Okay, all right.
Oh God.
Return to me, Simps.
Return to me,
Oh.
mob.
That's pretty good. That's 11 again.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so then roll for damage. Well, who are you attacking?
You know what? Let's go after the blonde this time.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and take her down.
Yep.
Okay. 6 damage.
Cool. So it's not going to murder the blonde, but certainly the Simps are going to do some damage. So give me a description. Do they do the same thing, or what are they doing something different?
I asked them to bring me back a trophy this time.
Oh, okay, all right. So what do they bring back to you?
Well, her clothes were really tacky, so her dye job was bad. So I don't know. She had kind of a cute keychain,
All right, cool. Yeah, so they kind
with a little
of
unicorn on it.
they encircle her, and they're Simps. They're I mean, not the cleanest people. And so they all sort of huddle around her and start chanting and calling her terrible names. And she loses mental health, right? She loses mental health from all these Simps just berating her and telling her it's just so terrible. And also they're sort of just unpleasant to be around. So as she comes on the floor crying, they snag the charm and bring it back to you.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not a pleasant
My
sight. And then once they arrive, you tell them they've done a good job and dismiss them. Then what is Zoolander doing?
Zoolander is gonna use his ability Read Good.
Okay,
All right.
who are you using it against?
Well, it depends on what I get.
Okay,
So I'm gonna roll. That's gonna be an 11, sir.
okay,
And on an 11, I poorly read and escort. What does it say?
oh, I don't know.
A script from a book, confusing your target for 1 turn. 10 plus, confuse up to 3 targets.
Okay.
9. So I'm gonna confuse the black-headed one,
Okay.
the brunette, and the redhead
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
for 1 turn. For one
yeah.
turn.
Yeah, so as you read to them, they just look confused, and the more you read, the more confused they look, until like they don't even know what's going on anymore. They're just their brain actually hurts from the terrible reading, so they both have they all 3 of them have disadvantage. So anyone fighting against them will take plus on their rolls. What is McLovin doing?
So we have 3 of them still alive.
All of them actually.
All of
Okay,
them. I just was only able to confuse 3.
gotcha. Okay, so are they all close enough to be hit by an AoE attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try and do that then.
Well,
got my
wait,
squirrel.
will that also hit us?
No, because
'Cause we're rubbing this on?
they're far enough away that
Okay,
he can kind of jump in the middle of them and do it. That's fine.
got you.
Okay. Alright. 2d6 plus my constitution. 9.
Woo.
Okay.
Nice.
So causes split ends. Give up 1 turn to trim your hair.
Yep. So, but you'll be successful. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, 1d6.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So, when you do it, you're going to damage the brunette. You're going to damage the blonde. The redhead and the black hair are going to die. So, so explain to me how you sort of jump in the center of them and do this move, and they all get attacked.
So I jump in there, and then I gotta take my headset off, but I go like this.
You whip your hair back and forth.
Yeah, whip my hair back and forth, and just a wave of hair comes out of my afro and smacks all of them.
Nice. All right, cool. Now, the redhead and the blackhead, when they go down, what does that look like?
They just go, oh! And they die.
Nice. All right, cool. Awesome. So, wow, they've not made a lot of attacks yet. Cool. So then, what? Seeing this go down, what is Riley doing?
Well, did the blonde stay on the ground curled up?
The blonde is well, the blonde's been hit by the hair now, and so it's probably knocked her back. She's probably stood back up at this point. So,
All right. Well, I'm just gonna deck her in the face.
all right, cool.
She needed me in the chest. What a bitch.
Yeah, cool. So she's gonna straight up hit, right?
Yep.
Yep. So roll for attack. What's your strength?
That's 6.
And your strength is
0.
okay. So you
Yeah.
get nothing, right? Yeah. So you're going in to punch this blonde in the face. But at this point, like she's had it, right? She has absolutely had it. So as you're going in for the punch, she sort of dodges, and as you sort of like fall over, she lifts back up, throwing you back behind her, and you crash into one of the tables. And you're going to take 4 damage on that. You deduct your armor. As you fly through the air and careen into a table, what is Fashion Nerd doing?
I'm gonna perform It's a Trap on the brunette.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay. And how does that read?
Enslave your opponent, giving them simp status until attacked. 10 complete success. 7 to 9. They'll loosely follow your commands.
Okay. So yeah, you sort of what do you do to ensnare them into simphood?
I just act really helpless, and pretend like I'm hurt.
Okay. All right. So maybe like fall to the ground or something, and
Yeah.
like, oh, my leg, or whatever.
Help me.
In a moment of compassion, because the brunette is a mother of a daughter, sees you and sort of feels those motherly instincts well up inside her, and then feels like she must help you. She says, "Oh, honey, what can I do to make it better?"
The blonde hurt me. I need you to go hurt her.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Please.
yeah. So she's only going to loosely follow your command. She's not entirely enslaved. So she does feel a desire to help you. But she sort of like walks over to the blonde, and instead of hurting her, she sort of starts talking to the blonde about the consequence of her actions and things like that. Yeah. So while she's talking to her, what is Zoolander doing?
So we still have 2 up, right?
Yeah, you still got the brunette and the blonde.
And since they're in discussion, would they get an advantage?
Well, the majority of them are still confused, so we'd get advantage anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Right.
the brunette and blonde are still confused for this turn. So
Um. So I'm gonna use blue steel and attack the. Which one has more health? The blonde or the brunette?
Neither of them have very much, but the brunette has slightly more.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the brunette.
Okay.
I got an 8 on that one.
All right. So how does that read?
So blue steel looks just like Latigre, but way cooler. 10 plus, I deal 2d8 damage. 7 to 9, I deal 1d8 and 1d6 damage, but lose 1 turn to fatigue.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage then.
It's gonna be a 10.
Cool. All right. So you're gonna sort of destroy the brunette, but it is gonna sort of wear you out. You're gonna lose some time on that.
My face spasms up because of
Yeah.
the.
So, but yeah, like, go ahead and describe your action with this move.
So I just look at the brunette. I attack the brunette, right?
Yeah.
I attack the brunette, and then I go. And then the shockwave hits her with this overwhelming desire, and then she just passes out. She faints.
Yeah. Okay.
And and so then after doing so, my face, because of the cream, seizes up, and then I'm like fatigued.
Yep. Cool. And while that's happening, McLovin is trimming their hair to sort of fix the split ends that they incurred from the hair whip move. How's that going? Are you getting those trimmed up?
Yeah, hopefully I could be back for the next turn.
Yeah, cool.
Or you guys could just kill this last one.
Yeah. Do you possibly yell out at Riley like this is how you take care of split ends?
Yeah. Take notes.
Nice. So then, what is Riley doing?
Riley's getting real fed up with this blonde, so she's gonna try and choke her again.
Choker.
Yes. Yeah, I can only choke people out. That seems to be the general gist of it.
So yeah, you got a 10 plus. So what read
1d6 and they pass back out.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Know your niche.
2 damage.
All right.
Knocked out again.
No, it'll kill her though, right? So
Sweet.
so tell me how you asphyxiate them forever.
I get very aggravated. I roll back off the table, and while she's busy looking at the redhead that was just blessing her out, I just grab her from right behind, just choke, just drop.
Cool. Yeah, as you're choking, you hear a slight snap, and yeah, because you were angry, pretty rageful. Your character might have anger problems. I don't know. Certainly, maybe daddy issues. Who knows? But yeah, you hear a slight snap as they fall to the floor, and go limp and lifeless.
Whoops.
So yeah. So that sort of concludes all of your assailants are done. But why? Why have they attacked you? Does any have any clue at all, or what's happening here?
We just look too good for them.
So
Too sexy.
Are they all dead, or is one of them at least alive?
So they're all possibly dead except for I think you said one of them passed out. Was it the brunette?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You did fictionally say she passed out, not died. So yeah.
So I wanted to use my ability called "The Files Are Inside." It allows me to on her. It says I get to pound an item or person in a moronic fashion to extract information.
Yep, you sure do. Let's roll for that.
This lady's gonna die.
I got 10. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So how does the 10 plus read?
On a 10 plus, you learn 2 useful facts.
Okay, cool. So
Nice.
So as you start pounding on her to get this information, she sort of goes like, "Oh, don't, we were hired, As you know, we're commercial models. We'll do anything for money. we
True.
we were hired by none other than Mock Killigan. Mock Killigan hired us. He said if we saw you to stop your efforts, that you should never reach his school. And he said he I can't say. And then about that time, a piece of their clothing starts constricting on her and tightening around her neck, and then she starts turning blue in the face and choking, and then her head turns to the side and she dies.
So bad for your throat chakra.
Yep. So
Ed Taylor.
and then at that point in time, it's sort of just you guys in the restaurant, and there's a couple of employees sort of like crouched down behind the bar after all this started going down, sort of afraid. What do you do?
I'm gonna pull out a health potion. I'm very hurt.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so mark one off of your adventuring gear, and then roll 2d6 for health.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you'll take back a health from that. All right, cool.
Just so we can maybe glean some more information from what she wasn't allowed to tell us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to perform technical wizardry.
Okay. So what are you
I'll pull out my laptop.
All right.
And it's a 7.
All right. So how does that read?
For a 7 to 9, you complete your task with a complication.
Cool. So what are you trying to look up? What are you trying to find out?
Just more information about our opponent, because apparently there was something that we weren't supposed to know. Maybe a weakness, maybe a secret. I know that we probably won't get the full secret, but maybe we can get some more information on it.
Cool. So as you're sort of hacking the system, you start finding some information out about the school that Mock is running, and you find out that they're actually in a little bit of like financial trouble. And it seems like this calling out, now they have sort of like put a bid in to purchase the school. That's true. You know that's true. But it looks like they have some other ulterior motive, but you can't quite tell what it is. But it does look like their financials are not quite right. So, but as you're doing so, you get an alert on your device that you are being like cross-hacked. Yep. And it looks like someone's sort of infiltrating your system while you're infiltrating theirs.
Oh god, it's Hacker Man.
Right.
That's it. I'm dropping Tunnel Bear from my
yeah. So what do you do as you're sort of being cross-hacked?
Well, I know that there's no saving throw, so I do my best to kind of just close out and erase as much as I can of the path that I've been in.
Okay.
Obviously, they knew I was there.
Yep.
Maybe they don't know what I found out, but they knew that I was looking.
Yep. Okay, cool. So as you close it out, obviously they've probably lost their source. But now your group's faced with a decision. Obviously, still, ICU's going to travel to their school to face this foe. Is there anything you're looking to do before you start heading in that direction?
Would any of us like have an idea of where they got their school uniforms?
Well, they don't really have uniforms. What they have is that little patch and/or tattoo.
Yep.
That's why I tattooed it on the back of my hand. Maybe I can get in.
I want to see if I can take maybe the patch from like from Forum.
Oh, well, they don't have patches. They don't actually work for the school. They were just hired.
Gotcha.
They're like low-level actors.
I have a
actor
bag
mercenaries.
Since I have a bag
Okay.
of craft supplies and cosplay ability, can I try to craft the patch for myself and the group?
Sure, yeah. You can roll for that. See how it works.
Okay, it's an 8.
Cool. So and how does that read?
It's pretty good. It's
No,
not
yeah.
exactly perfect,
Right. So much
but
like
it's pretty dang close.
much like
Yeah.
the tattoo that Riley has, you'll make it. It'll look good from like a distance, but up close, anyone will be able to discern that it's not the actual patch, right? But you can whip up 3 of them, and so you can pass those out to McLevin and Zoolander and yourself. So, where on your do you guys put them on? You've been handed them. I can't hear them. Okay. So does McLevin and Zoolander put them on the patches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you put them? Where on your person?
On my chest.
Okay.
I'm gonna put mine on maybe on my sleeve.
Okay. And then where's Fashion Nerd?
I'm putting it really, really close to my neckline, just because, you know, if someone starts to get too close and think, oh, that's not the patch, distraction, because cleavage.
Right. Sure. Makes sense.
Always works.
Yep. All right. Cool. So how are you guys gonna get to the school? There are methods of travel. This is a modern world, so there are cars, there are buses, there are trains. There are planes, but that might take a kind of a time to set up a plane. You can't just get a train instantly.
Well, how far away is this?
So we'll say it's in the same state. You're all in California because
Okay.
models.
Yeah.
But this is sort of like in the it's not actual California. It's fantasy medieval style of California, but this would be sort of
California? Gotcha.
yeah. So there's this school would be sort of like in the center, like where LA is. You guys would be like Southern California. So by car it would be at least like a 7 or 8 hour drive. Similar by train. You couldn't walk it.
All right. Maybe try and see if we can get a cab.
The cab fare would be astronomical.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
and we only do
what I was
Uber
gonna
X.
do is I was gonna try and get a cab, and then I was gonna try my ability ridiculously good looking, which
Okay.
lets me get whatever I want.
Okay.
So
Could always try for free train fare.
I could. We could also do that.
no public transport. Uber X or nothing.
There's first class on trains.
Yeah,
We could
let's
do
get a
Uber.
limo.
Oh,
Yes.
we could do it now. Okay.
All right, cool. So you're gonna try and swindle your way onto a limo. So you go to the nearest sort of limo rental place, and you walk in, and there's sort of like this orc merchant running the limo service. So what do you say to him?
So I'm gonna go up to him, and do you want me to roll for my ability?
Yeah.
To see. All right. Ugh. I got a 7 on that.
Okay. So how does that read?
So get it with a cost.
Okay.
So I get what I want, but there's a cost.
Yep. So the limo guy, he says to you, "Hey, I recognize you. Yeah. Hey, I know you're that Dudrick Zoolander guy, right?
It's Zoolander.
Yeah. That's it. Zoolander. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I mean, I could probably like rent you this limo, but hey, man, could you do me a favor?"
What might that be?
He says, so, like, I got this little problem, right? My limos keep getting rented by these a-hole models. They rent them and they always trash them, right? And I really need someone to sort of like teach them a lesson. Could you maybe like, drive the next limo? There's some that he picked up sort of right now. Could you drive a limo and pick them up and sort of give them a lesson in how to treat a limo, maybe even by force?
I don't know. Me drive my own limo? It seems a little bit beneath me. But
Say, look, man, the fare for a limo, like to where you want to go, it would cost you about $8,000. You know, I can arrange that just for just this favor.
fine. I think I can do it.
Cool. So you all sort of saddle up in the limo, and now you certainly have the option to just steal the limo, I guess. Or you can go do this favor for this guy. What's up?
I'm very much opposed to stealing the limo. I'm chaotic good after all.
Yeah, same here.
What if you drive them up to where we're standing?
Cool.
They won't be suspicious.
What if we take them with us and try and recruit them to fight for
our
cause?
side? Oh,
I
we
like
could.
it. Collaboration.
Yeah. You'd still be stealing the limo at that point, though.
But it's
Well,
for the greater good.
we-
So chaotic good is for the greater good.
Yes.
We
Definitely.
could manage to talk them out of like trashing the limos.
Either way, I'm getting Cristal out of the fridge. I'm not going to drink it, but I am going to photograph it.
Yeah, of course. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we can try either we could try either to talk them into helping us, or we could talk them into something. What do you guys think?
I have a product promotion where I can gain one of their trust. I don't know if that'll help make them fight with us or not. But
If you could convince the leader, that probably would help.
yeah, how do you guys feel about
Yeah, they may even buy your product if you roll high enough.
that?
That's possible.
I mean, hashtag
I've got all of
spons.
y'all's sheets pulled up on the second tab.
Hashtag spons.
All right, cool. So you pick them up, and they get in the car, and they're all sort of swim models. It's 2 guys and 2 girls. They get in the limo, and they want you to take them. There's this sort of like happening party going down at the pier, and that's where they're wanting to go. So what do you do?
We go to the party.
We're going to the party.
Parties are always cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
beach pictures, so why not?
We could just go to the party. screw the school. Let's just go to the. That is an option.
Cool. All right.
We gotta.
Party, and then we'll decide whether we get back on track or not. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just drive them to the beach party.
At the
Right.
beach party, we can convince them to fight with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
as you're on your way to the party, yeah, they start to get rowdy in the back. They pull out the bottle of Cristal, and they just start guzzling it. And one of them sort of just like breaks the bottle over the seat. Glass goes everywhere. And another one sort of just starts throwing up all over the back seat. What do you do?
Hacky.
Well, I'm driving, so
Yeah.
I don't think I can do much.
Right. So I mean, we could pull over and deal with what they're doing, or you can just carry into the party like that.
I'm gonna collaborate with Riley so we can get these rowdy ruffians under control.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So what does the collaborate move look like?
It says tackle a joint project with another character. 10 plus grants +4 to their roll, and you get a +1. And then with 7 to 9 +3 to their roll, but a -1 to your next.
Yeah.
And what I got was not a good. It was a 6.
Wait, doesn't JJ get roll with her? Since they're collaborating?
Well, no. The collaborate. What the collaborate does is it's if she rolls successful, then she basically gives additional points to someone else's dice roll, right?
Yeah,
It's not quite the same as bonds.
Got you.
Yeah. So, but someone could roll with bonds to help her give that bonus to someone else, right? So
I can roll. Well,
So it'd be 2d6 plus 1, which is your bond with her. So
yeah. I was thinking about I could also roll a bond with McLovin to help him succeed.
okay, well, I think she's helping Riley, right? Or is it McLovin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Oh.
helping me.
Riley.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But,
Oh, okay.
No, so that won't help. That won't help. You would help McLovin, but you wouldn't help her.
Okay.
So you can
No.
help. You can help her help McLovin, or you can help
If-
McLovin.
Can I help her help me?
No.
It was worth a shot. Currently looking for my charger. That's the problem.
Yeah. All right. All right. So if no one's helping you, then you're trying to collaborate, but you just lack the tools to do so. Yeah. You've lost your charger. Your phone is dead.
Oh no.
And so you're gonna
Welcome to the real world.
right. You're gonna take a -2 to your next roll as you're sort of trying to fiddle with this charger in business. So, is anyone gonna roll in a way to take care of these ruffians in the back?
Like, should I use product promotion on them?
You could if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do that, and if I gain their trust, maybe
So
they
you're-
will.
Well, you'll pick
Stop
one.
it.
So you choosing one of the dudes or one of the ladies?
Which one's the leader?
There's one back there. He looks very much like a Chad. So he's got blonde wavy hair shaved on the sides. So
Alright, we'll go up to Chad and try and promote some products.
yeah, okay.
Let's see. Slash roll 2d6 plus 1. Oof.
Cool.
We're not doing well with this crowd.
No.
No.
So they're just so loud and obnoxious. You try and start telling them about product and stuff like that. They just don't care at all. They're like we're swimwear models. Our hair is wet anyways. We don't need product. And one of them spits on you. Yeah. And
Now you need to get tested. Great.
Yeah.
That is the last straw. I pull the car over.
okay. All right, cool. So you pull the car over. What do you do?
I go look at him, and I'm gonna do ridiculously good looking again to get him to do what I want.
All right.
Come on, go roll. Ugh. I got it. Yeah, that's not a succeed.
Okay.
It's a 6.
So you
I made my face for nothing.
you
Trying
you
to
stop
avoid
it.
a fight.
You stop the
It's
car
not
and you open the door. And the rest of you kind of get out too because you're all trying to handle the situation. And they look at you and they're like, "Hey, I know you. You're that has-been Zoolander, right?" And
Ooh,
yeah,
Has been.
they're like,
Has been.
they're like, "Is what you've
I
been
have to pay respect.
Is this what you've been reduced to? Like just some pansy driver that suits you? God, you're so awful. God." Can I get everyone to roll 2d6 on Defy Danger?
What is that? 2d6 plus what?
Plus, you can use either Dex or Intelligence, whichever you like.
Sweet. In that case,
They're the
yeah.
same for me, so it
I got
doesn't
an
really
8.
matter.
0.
Ooh,
All right,
So what everybody get?
I got an
I got
8.
a 10.
I got a
Yeah,
7.
Okay, sorry. Well, let me go down the list. Riley,
10.
10 for Riley. What did Fashion Nerd get?
I got an 8.
8. What is Zoolander got?
I got a 7.
7. And then McLovin, is that a 5? Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as you're all standing out trying to talk to these people, the car suddenly explodes.
Oh wow!
Jesus.
Yeah. It explodes. And
limo.
they all die instantly. Riley,
Should have held your breath.
Riley, were you rolling on intelligence or were you rolling on Dex? Danny.
Wait, what? Sorry, me?
Yep.
I was rolling on Dex.
Dex. Okay, so you manage to sort of like skate out of the way. You like sort of leap back on your skates and you roll back really quickly before the explosion can do any damage to you. What was Fashion Nerd rolling with?
Intelligence.
Okay, so you kind of noticed the explosion happen as it started to happen. So you definitely started like to dart out of the way. But at the last second, you sort of had to reach in and grab like your charger because
I found it! Yay!
you saw it like hanging out of the car, so you grabbed it. But you do get burned. You're going to take 2 damage, ignoring your armor because it's like fire damage.
Okay.
So just 2 damage on that. What was Zoolander rolling with?
Well, I don't really know if it really matters because both of them are the exact same for me. So
Okay, cool. You noticed and tried to get out of the way just a little bit, but you know you're not as quick as the younger ones, so your movements were a little slowed down. You are also going to take 2 damage.
Okay.
Yep, just like fire damage, so your armor won't matter. Now, what were you rolling on, McLevin?
Dexterity, but it's 0.
Yeah. So you were trying to move out of the way, but the fro, it's not aerodynamic, right? It just catches all that wind. The gust of wind blows by and sort of keeps you from getting out of the way. And you're gonna take some hit on that. Oh look, just 1 damage. The dice gods love you. So just mark 1 damage on that. Maybe your fro took the brunt of the explosion, and because it's whatever magical synthetic it's made out of, maybe shielded you some from it. So, but the car definitely blows up and all the inhabitants inside die. Right.
Worth it.
Right. So, why do you think the car exploded?
It was a trap.
So,
Maybe it
Set
was.
us up.
does anyone want to roll a discern realities to think maybe they can figure out why?
Sure.
That'll be on wisdom.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. You do notice that there's some foul play in the wreckage. You find evidence of maybe some technology because you know a lot about technology. You can see that there's like it's been rigged to blow, and so you can tell that someone was definitely like trying to do something, and it was done remotely. Like whoever did it was not anywhere in the area. So, yep. So now the limo's exploded, right? So what do you do?
Well,
I guess we gotta call an Uber.
You know what? I'm just gonna try to call another questionable contact, see if I can get a car for us.
Okay.
One that
alright.
doesn't explode.
I'd like a
That'd be good.
convertible, please.
Oh, my afro will fly away.
Okay. So you don't have someone who can
Missing my hair.
who can get you a car. But what you do find is one of your contacts tells you that they can lend you for a period of time a limo, the same model as the one that just exploded.
Convenient.
All
How
right.
about that?
I
Who's
assume we're
driving
gonna
this
check it
one?
for explosives now.
Please
Yeah,
do.
that'd be wise, probably. Sure. So yeah, it takes him about an hour, and he arrives, your contact, with this limo, and he says, "Now look, man, I need this back in like 2 days, all right? The owners, they're out of town, but when they get back, they're gonna need this back, right? Because he's a driver for whoever owns this limo, so you hop in the limo. What do you do?
Well,
Yes,
I get out my phone and I put a sad face with like a tear mark and tell everyone, that I narrowly escaped being burned alive.
Yeah.
I want to check the car to see if there's any
Selfie.
wiring or anything on it.
Yeah. So that'd also be discern reality. So roll 2d6 on your wisdom.
Oh no. That's gonna be an 8.
Cool. You took the car over and you don't notice any sort of explosives on it whatsoever.
Alright.
Nothing. You don't find anything out of the ordinary on it.
Looks like we're good to go.
Yeah.
Who's our driver?
It was on purpose.
Huh?
Who's our driver?
This guy has dropped the
Not
limo
me.
off with you.
Oh.
You'll have to drive it yourselves.
I don't
so-
mind driving it.
So options you
Yeah.
have, you could just sort of carry it all on to where you want to go. You could return it back to the limo driver, telling him you've taken care of his problem, which his problem is taken care of. Those people just don't exist anymore. Or you can just become goat farmers. That's an option always.
Well, considering that the orc might have been in on it, I say that we just go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Best case scenario, they think we're dead, and then we get more money because we're dead celebrities.
Okay.
So
Cool. All right.
It's very end to be dead right now.
Right.
Mhm.
So you take the limo and you go north.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you're heading north, it takes you a couple hours, but you do finally arrive at the outskirts of where the school is. You can see the school. I gotta move some things so you can see it. There it is. Burp. Here is the school. Yep.
Oh,
Pretty
fancy.
pretty fancy. Yeah, I mean it is the #1 modeling school in the world. The school, for excellent models. So it is in the air. How does one typically reach the school? Does anyone know?
Well, I'm before we figure it out, I have it as my background. I'm taking a selfie because it's a floating school.
Right, of course. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's magic school. Magic's a thing that exists. Maybe that you access it by magical means, or maybe there's there's a rope. It's really,
I assume
really
there's
long.
like a ferryman or something that brings up students.
Is there? Is that a thing?
I would assume so.
Okay.
If we can find somebody, we can talk to them. And
Yeah.
Is there anybody around?
Well, you could spout lore. That's one of the moves that we have in Dungeon World. So some of you just might know. So that would be 2d6 on intelligence for spout lore.
We need the Instagrammer.
you're muted.
I
Amanda.
can't hear.
You're
Her
unmiked
mic
again.
went off again.
Yeah.
Time for a new pair of headset.
That was the perfect Instagrammer eye roll.
It's ironic that I'm supposed to be the technical person.
Yeah.
And you're having all the technical difficulties.
So okay, yes.
I
What
assume
happens?
we
I
exploded
I certainly did not roll well. I know nothing about how to get there.
Cool. Yeah. You. Well, no. Here's the thing. You think you know, but you're wrong, right? So
No.
you tell the group that you've heard something about this, and that the way you get up is that there's an anti-gravitational field, so you sort of you run and you jump underneath it and you get lifted up. So you tell that
Okay.
you tell that to the whole group in full confidence.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I tell Fashion Nerd to show us by going and doing it.
Yeah. Cool.
To roll dex. Like, what is this? This isn't good.
So roll defy danger on your constitution.
Okay, Constitution's better than dex. Whew. Oh, a 10.
Cool. So you run and you jump, expecting the anti-grav to grab you. It doesn't, and so you fall to the ground, but you do manage to tuck and roll at the last second, so you don't incur any damage. But you've sort of proven that maybe that's not the case. But as you do so, you do actually notice there is a sort of like a booth off in the distance, and it says school entrance across the top.
Nice.
It's something.
It's a trap.
Probably.
I'm gonna start rollerblading up to him and be like, "Hey, we need to get up," and just kind of wave the back of my hand so they kind of see the tattoo.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's a doorman there, and he says, "Oh, are you visiting the school? Are you students?"
Oh, we're students.
Oh, okay. And so yeah, roll defy danger to see if he believes that.
Anything other than a 2d6?
It'd be 2d6 on your charisma.
Okay. That's an 8.
Cool. So he sort of briefly sees your hand, and he's like, "Oh, is that the school emblem that I see?"
Yes, it is.
So he says, okay, well, I'm just going to transport you. It's really busy in school. I'm just going to transport you to the outer gate, in the courtyard. Is that okay with you?
Fine, if you must.
Cool.
You know who I am.
No, don't say that.
Don't
You don't
say
want
it.
him to know who we are.
He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I actually don't follow fashion. This is the job for me. It pays the bills." He says, "I really like Baskar. Where people get on those giant fish and ride them around in a
Ew.
circle."
Oh,
Yeah.
don't care.
So
I'm gonna say I'm also a fan of that.
Baskar.
Yes.
Cool. So he teleports you up, and so you're in this sort of like lovely courtyard in front of the school. But in the front entrance to the school that leads into the actual building itself, there are sort of like guard units. It's a pretty prestigious school. You can tell that the guards are fitness models. They're fitness models, and so there's two of them. They're in sort of very like tight gear that just barely covers their body parts. Mostly you see like their abs and their arms. They're just sort of like flexing at the door the whole time. They're all oiled up, and the courtyard goes all the way around the school. But this is the only entrance that you see. You don't actually know the layout of the school. You can just sort of see what you see. There is a wall going around it. It does look like that there is ways to get into the wall. It houses some things too. There are guard towers. So what do you guys thinking here?
Where's Mock on his schedule right now?
So it says that currently Mock is in advanced modeling. He's teaching the class advanced modeling. He'll be there for the next 2 hours. That happens to be in the upper floor of the northwest part of the school.
Are the guards approaching us, or
No, they're just standing in
No.
front of the door and they're flexing.
okay?
How about
Do we
we
have to
just-
get past them?
Can
Or
we
something
just-
shiny.
We could try to confidently stroll by. Students aren't worried about the guards.
I have my product promotion. I could gain their trust.
Sure,
Good.
yeah,
That is true.
yeah. Try it out.
Okay. Damn. Never mind.
Well, what'd you get?
5.
Cool. So you walk up to them, and you sort of like whip out a bottle of like shampoo, and you're walking up and you're like, "Hey guys, have you heard about what is the name of the shampoo? What is the name of it?
Frosty Tops.
Frosty Tops. Like, have you heard about Frosty Tops?" And so as you walk up, sort of just trying to like be real convincing, they immediately see that your emblems are fake,
Oh no.
and and on top of that, they notice Zoolander. He's pretty recognizable, honestly, to people who are into the fashion world. And they sort of yell, "It's him!" And so now, did you have something you were doing, Zoolander, while this is happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for ridiculously good looking.
Okay. So one's a male, one's a female. Which one are you trying to entice?
The female.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 10, sir.
Okay. So while the guy is sort of screaming, "It's Zoolander! It's Zoolander!" She's kind of like, "It's Zoolander!"
Yeah.
And she's sort of like making googly eyes at you. Now, how does that read on the ridiculously good looks?
It says, you get your way due to your really, 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 really good looks.
Yeah.
10 plus, get what you want.
Yes. What do you want from her? What do you want her to do?
I want her to tell, I want her to go and get Swagger and tell him that we're here for his challenge.
Okay. All right. She says, "Right away," and she runs off. But meanwhile, the guy, he's still wanting to go after you. So he sort of takes his arms and he does them down, in like a pose. And you can see that he's actually producing the oil that covers his body. So he just gets covered in more oil. And then he pulls out a match and he sets himself on fire, right? And then he starts sort of wielding the fire in all sorts of directions. It seems like he's a fire wielder of some sort. He uses fire magic. So what do you guys do?
That's
I'm
hot.
gonna pierce myself.
Okay, cool.
What?
Yeah. Well, one of my moves is I give myself a new piercing, increasing my adrenaline for +3 to attack.
Yeah.
10 plus, I
Nice.
get it for 3 turns. 7 to 9, I get it for 2 turns, but I take 1d6 damage.
Nice.
So let's give it a go.
Yeah, okay.
With a 9.
All right. So what does the
Take
7,
1d6.
what does the 7 to 9 do?
I take 1d6 damage, which I just took 5.
Yep,
Yay.
okay.
And I get a +3 to my attack for 2 turns.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So then what is Fashion Nerd doing?
I would like to perform It's a Trap.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say I gave myself a nose piercing too. Just
Okay.
I got a 7.
All right. And so
Loosely following the
yep.
commands.
So tell me what you do to sort of entrap him.
I just kind of am like, hey, that's a pretty cool trick you got there.
Okay.
And just kind of flattery,
Cool. Yeah. And
It's really hot.
Yep.
That's hot.
so hot. Oh my god.
And so what are you asking of him? What are you trying to get him to do?
I would like for him to get me or give me one of the emblems, like one of the real ones.
Simmer down now.
Yeah. Okay. So he says, "Yeah, baby, I can do that." And so he does like this, and a bolt of fire comes on and brands you with fire with the thing. Where does he brand you at?
My hip.
Yep. So he brands you, and you're gonna take some damage on that. So 5 damage.
Whew.
Yep.
Well, on your way to alt modeling. Come on.
Yep.
Come on over, girl.
Yep. So what are the rest of you doing while this is happening? What's old Zoolander doing? Zoolander.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm just gonna get ready because I sent what's her name to go get Swagger
Okay.
to tell him we're here for his challenge.
Yep.
So I'm waiting for her to bring him back.
Yep. All right. And then what's McLevin doing?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What does ongoing +1 mean?
It means for the rest of the flight you get +1 to your roll.
Okay. And is anybody low health? Because I can heal.
I'm low 2.
12. I'm at 12.
I'm at 15 of 21.
Yeah, so
Okay.
definitely them two would need healing.
Amanda, you're at what?
I'm at 12 out of 19.
Okay. Yeah, I'll heal Fashion Nerd. With my wild style. Use my brushes to restyle your target's hair.
That makes
Ooh.
sense.
Fancy.
Okay.
It's got to go with the brand.
Well, since we're in a school, I'd like detail.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. Okay.
He got
Oh, no, that's supposed to be +2, so it's a 10.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, it's still full health.
Hey, man.
I'll take it.
No,
It's still full
I
health.
gotta roll 2d4 to see how much you heal.
Oh, well, never
That
mind.
was
then.
just to see if he could heal you.
Oh, cool.
So you get a +1 ongoing, and I get a +1 ongoing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that means for the remainder of this encounter, you will
Yes.
have +1 to your rolls.
Oh no, fuck.
It's taken a while. These tangles.
All right. So
Oh, nice.
So you'll heal for 5, and then you both
Alright.
get +1 on your rolls until we conclude this
Nice.
encounter.
All right.
right, cool. So back to Riley. What's Riley doing?
Well, Riley's just giving herself a +3 to attack, so I'm gonna deck him while he's busy branding Fashion Nerd
Okay.
with a 7.
All right. So yeah, and then roll for damage.
That is a D6 +3.
Yep.
So 4.
All right, cool. Yeah. So
Yay.
do the mathematics here. All right, cool. So you do a little bit of damage. Tell me where you hit him.
Well, since he wasn't looking, I snuck up behind him and just tried to rabbit punch him.
Okay, cool. You do.
He's very muscly.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. So you hit it, and it's like it just stops, right? Like it's almost like you're hitting a wall. And his body's kind of on fire, so you take some fire damage from making contact with him. And that's gonna be 4 damage on that. So, all right, cool. Then he's sort of no longer your simp at this point in time. He sort of regained his abilities, having fulfilled your wish. Fashion Nerd, what are you doing?
I will collaborate with. I'll collaborate with McLevin since Riley's already went. You know, I know that you don't believe in the internet, but let's see how this goes. It went badly. It's a 5.
Cool.
See, the internet's not real because of that.
Yeah. And was that with the -2? I guess that you had on going.
Oh well, then it's even lower.
Yeah. Cool. Well, at least it was a bad roll. So it didn't take you from winning to losing. You just lost really bad.
The reception's really bad up here.
Yes.
Hit and miss with the internet connection.
You as you're sort of getting on your phone to try and collaborate, you hadn't noticed that in the blast, the charger had taken a little bit of damage, and so there was like a discharge when you were disconnecting it from your phone, and you took some some damage from that. So you'll take 2 damage, ignoring your armor from the shock of disconnecting your charger. And then
have a charger.
Yep, and your charger is kaput. So your phone's okay for now, but you will have to.
I have a backup charger in my adventuring gear.
Okay, yeah, so you can do that. You can pull one out and then mark adventuring gear, and that'll be fine. All right. So what's Zoolander doing now?
I'm going to while I'm still waiting, I'm gonna look at the icy hot guy, and I'm gonna use blue steel on him.
All right, cool.
Yes, I got a 10.
All right,
Or
cool.
no, that's not a 10. Sorry.
Sad.
My bad. No, I read it wrong. It's a 12. Yes.
Okay. All right. So on a 12 plus, what happens?
So on a 12 plus, I can turn left, and my blue steel becomes magnum.
So that the rare left turn.
The rare magnum, and so I deal a 2d8 damage, and time momentarily stops.
Okay, so let me describe that. Let me tell you all how that sort of works. He's going to do his damage, and when he does damage, time stops for everyone and everything but you guys for a moment. So you all have just a moment to take a rollless hit on the enemy. So you can attack them with like a standard attack, and you won't have to roll for success. You just roll for damage in this moment of time stopping.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and do your damage for Zoolander.
I've got a question. Will that also count as a turn for my piercing the veil?
No.
Okay.
So what's
That's
that?
going to be 14 damage.
Jeez, nice. All right, cool. So let me do the mathematics. Okay, cool. And then so you all can take a hit if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
1d6 or what?
Whatever your
Whatever
standard
your hit.
your standard hit is.
Oh,
7
wow,
for me.
1d10.
Okay. So
All right, I got a.
No.
Wow, I got a 5.
So 13 total from you guys. Wow. Zoolander did more than all of you together. That's funny. Yeah.
Blue steel is powerful, sir.
Yeah.
Magnum
Magnum.
steel.
Because it's
Magnum
just-
steel, yes.
He did the Magnum.
And then time freezes.
Yeah. In
Hashtag
the
Magnum steel.
in the movie, that was he'd been working on it for what, like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
But he couldn't turn left because it's
Yeah.
exactly the same as Blue Steel, except for he's turning left instead of turning right.
And La Tigra. They're all
Yeah,
the same
They're all
look.
the same. Yep.
I caught it on my Snapchat story.
Yep. Cool. So you do the Blue Steel or the Magnum. He gets hit with a force and time stops and you all run up. Tell me how you hit him when you run up and you hit him.
I use
This
my
time I'm gonna deck him in the face.
Yeah. Cool. And
I
while,
use my bag of craft supplies.
yeah.
Just wail on him with that. He's got glitter in his eyes. He got
Excuse me.
stabbed with some scissors.
Okay.
I kick him in the shin.
Cool. So you all do your attacks sort of simultaneously at once, and as you sort of connect and then drop back, as you're dropping back, time resumes. He takes all those hits at once, and it knocks him on his butt, and he sort of bewildered as to what even happened just now. His flames momentarily extinguish, and he sort of looks like he's trying to work up some more oil from his body. So
He's still alive?
oh yeah, he's still
A
alive.
lot of health.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He has less than half left though.
Oh.
Yep. So what is McLovin doing as we're back to sort of regular turn order?
I'd like to hit him with the old hair whip.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's roll for that.
Alright, so roll 2d6 plus 1. Alright.
Nice. So yeah,
Nice,
where's the
dude.
10 plus read on that?
That's a complete success for 3d6 damage.
Okay.
And does my ongoing count to that?
Yeah.
3d6 plus 1. So,
Nice.
9 damage.
Okay, cool. So all right, so tell me how it happens. You're not gonna kill him, but definitely do some damage.
Okay, well, I am gonna walk up to him and kick his other shin. And then when he bends down, because both his shins hurt, I'm gonna knee him in the head. And then to complete the combo, I'll whip back my hair or rear back my head, and the Afro fist will come out and smack him
Oh,
down.
nice.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
Mm.
Cool. All right. So, upon taking that hit, his rage fuels and he reignites himself. He's back on fire now. Let me get everyone to roll 2d6 on Defy Danger.
Woo!
That's
Done.
Dex or Intelligent.
You can use Dex, Strength, Constitution, and you can roll on whatever you want, basically.
Yeah, 11.
So
I got an 8.
I got an 8, but also have ongoing plus 1.
Yep,
Oh,
9.
actually, I got a 9.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay,
I have-
9.
I also got an 11.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
So he starts doing some like kung fu type moves, and you see flames start swirling around his body, and then he just starts slinging out flames from his body. And so Riley, you manage to dodge the flame that comes your direction, and then Fashion Nerd, as it comes by, you go to dodge. It does narrowly like singe you on the shoulder. You're just going to take 2 damage on that. And then also
Getting burned a
Zoolander.
lot.
Zoolander, you manage to dodge as well. You hop over the flame that comes over you. You're just going to jump right over it. And then for McLovin, similar to Fashion Nerd, as it comes by you, you sort of go to dodge. But it does singe off just like a little bit of your afro, just a small section. Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah, and you take 2 damage on that, ignoring your armor. So, all right, what is Riley doing?
Well, Riley's gonna have just dodged the fire blast, so I'm gonna skate right in close and heal drop.
All right, cool.
That is 2d6 with an 11.
All right.
Oh, that's so nice.
So yeah, read to us. I don't think we've seen that move yet, so read to us how that works.
I drop one of my roller skates on an enemy for 2d6 damage.
Okay.
10 plus a success.
Yep.
7 9s lose my balance.
Yep. So yeah, so let's roll for that damage.
Yeah.
Cool. 8.
Cool. So you're gonna heal drop. You won't kill him, but he'll be hurting pretty bad after this. So describe the whole action as it happens.
Well, what I'm gonna do is after dodging, I'm gonna say I limboed under the flames he threw.
Okay.
While doing so, I kicked my leg up, and as soon as I get close enough, I just drop it straight on his shoulder.
Okay. Cool. Nice. Yeah. So you hit him in the shoulder. It sort of knocks him down to one knee as you do so, and he goes to sort of hit you with the fire fist, but you skate backwards before he can connect with you, rolling back a few feet. And then Fashion Nerd, what's happening?
Simp Army.
Okay.
I'm gonna call forth some of the people from the school.
Some of the people from the school follow your Instagram. Sweet.
11. I got an 11.
Cool. And then roll for damage.
Kirby, please get out of the way.
Kirby!
I get 10 damage.
How much?
10.
Cool. He won't die. Tell me how the Sims kill him. How did the Sims kill him?
I told them that I was making an appearance at the school, so they all came to see me, and then I tell everyone that guy hit on me.
Oh, okay.
Throw him off the edge.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so they pretty much tackle him, and he's pretty close to the edge. Oh,
Yeah.
too bad.
on the edge.
So yeah, he falls off the edge with the Simp Army. They go over with him.
Oh no.
Yeah. They're all on fire now, anyways. They're gonna die.
Bye.
Yeah.
Worth it.
But they all go down, and he just sort of screams up, "No!" as you hear trailing off. So he disappears from sight, and now the front entrance is unguarded. You enter? Do you enter the school?
I'm gonna pull out a potion and heal first because I'm back down to 11.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna use one of my adventuring gears, and it's gonna be a health potion, but it's gonna be a name brand health potion.
Okay. Cool.
Name brand.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored.
Yeah. So you go ahead and roll both of you 2d6 for health on that.
I got some 7.
Okay, 7 for you.
7.
All right. Cool.
Full health. There we go.
Sweet. I also use the same brand.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So do you enter the school then, or are you just gonna wait out here?
She probably
Yeah,
got
walk
lost.
in.
She didn't look too bright. Let's go.
I'm gonna walk in until the chick I sent up to go get Swagger comes and meets back up with me.
Well, we know where he's supposed to be. We could go grab some lunch while we wait.
Do you go to the cafeteria? You don't know where the. Well, I guess you have a map of the school, so you could.
Do we?
Don't go to the
Do we have a
cafeteria. You can't
do we have a
photograph
map?
that food. It's
You
gross.
have like a crudely drawn map, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Because you have like the class schedule, and you'd have like basically some like
That's good.
it's not a map per se, but it lists like room numbers, and so you have an idea of like what is what. So you know like, oh, this room number is this thing, right? And this room number is this thing. So
Let's
you
go
have
get
a
a
list.
snack while we wait for Mark. I'm down.
Got you.
Yeah. Cool. So you go to the cafeteria then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're sitting in the cafeteria and you're chilling out. There's some other students in there just doing their business, eating their lunch or what have you. Finally, the one fitness model, she runs back in the room. She sees you guys. She's like, "Oh, I've been looking for you everywhere. Back outside, and you were gone. And I've just been running all over the school, and I couldn't find you." She says, "I spoke with Mock. And he said you had to meet him. You had to meet him in the runway room."
I'll lead the way then.
He says, "Yeah, I can take you there."
Okay. So is everybody good?
It might be a trap.
I've eaten my
but
2 peas and 1 nut for the day.
I-
so-
Yeah. I think I got her bewitched pretty good, so it might not be a trap.
Yeah, I ask for something vegan even though I'm not vegan.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So you're still just eating there, and she's like kind of urging you to go, and you're like, yeah, I'd like a vegan. Yeah.
Is bacon not vegan?
Wait, so when you ask for something vegan, do you just ask for them to, like, I mean, a cow is a vegan, right? So if you're asking for something vegan, like, here's some cow, it's vegan. Like, you know, it's not vegan to eat, but it itself is vegan.
I'm smart enough to discern that it's definitely not vegan, but I can fool my followers and tell them it's beyond meat.
Okay, yeah, cool. So you selfie with some meat.
Oh God.
Anyways.
Hashtag poor cow.
Yeah. So you
Hashtag pork.
cool. So you guys follow the fitness model though. I take
After
it.
taking a bag of trail
Yeah.
mix with me, yes.
Sure.
Save that for later.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, you follow the fitness model, and she leads you sort of this like grand theater, and in it is a runway like you would see in a fashion show, and the curtains are closed, and they they start to open, and as they open, smoke fills the room. And yep, you hear the voice of Mock laughing in the background, and he says, before you ever see him, he says, "I can't believe you actually came. I can't believe you showed up. How dare you enter the presence of Mock? How
I dare because I'm daring.
So out of the smoke, you see him, and I click things and he shows up. So he comes out and
He's the school.
he comes out and he's got some people with him. The first person you see to the far left, you see Mock come out. And like I said, he looks sort of like a this white-haired, maybe. This sort of white-haired dude. He's got like this sort of fashionable armor on. He's got a sword, white hair. He's got sort of a feminine face. But to the left of him, he's got this this woman with an axe and long, flowing blonde hair. McLovin recognizes her. It's Karen.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, Karen.
It's Karen. And Karen sees McLovin and says, "Who's the bitch now?" And
I'm about to make you my bitch,
yep.
Karen.
And then in the center, Fashion Nerd sees someone that Fashion Nerd knows. It's Jennifer, and she has with her 3 goblin simps. Yep.
Jennifer
Yep.
too.
Yeah. Jennifer and Jennifer just sort of looks Fashion Nerd and blows her a kiss.
Those are some sexy post goblins.
Yep. And then finally,
We all get confused because we think it's the woman, but the goblin
this is Jennifer.
flexing is actually Jennifer.
And then Riley sees Jennifer number 1 come out holding her sexy skull with her tattoos and whatnot. And not only that, but Jennifer number 1 is wearing the pants. The traveling pants. Jennifer 1 is wearing them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And so Jennifer number 1 is sort of licking the skull, looking at Riley menacingly.
How could she?
Do you guys have anything to say to your foes / rivals?
You're going down, whore.
The pants were meant to walk free.
So she says, "Oh, I know, but I have enslaved the pants to my bidding."
You're such a bitch.
Yep. McLovin, you have anything to say to Karen?
Fuck you, Karen.
She says to you, "What'd you say? I'd like to speak to your manager."
I no longer work at that establishment.
Just what? Did you get fired?
No.
And then Zoolander, you see the man who dethroned you, Mock Killigan Swagger, the man who's called you out, the man who's trying to demolish your career yet again. Do you have words for him?
Swagger, today you're going down. And I'm not just talking about down, I'm talking about down, down, down. Like, you're gonna be like part of the earth when we're done with you.
Mock listen musingly and says, "You always did have a way with words. It was a terrible way, and it's only gotten worse. Do you still read good?"
I read's great.
He says, "Well, today is the last day you'll ever read. I'm taking down you and your terrible school."
And I just look at him and be like,
The joke's on you. I can't even remember the last time I read a book.
So he raises his hand and he snaps, and as he does, you can see some lights illuminate in the sort of like press boxes that are around from the stage from behind you. There are camera crews everywhere, and he says, "Now the whole world will see the very last battle of Zoolander and his pathetic students. Is I've sold the entire world this pay-per-view fight, knowing that you would come for me. And when I defeat you, I will be the richest model alive."
Yay, cameras!
I'm gonna look at him and be like,
Yes, they're pathetic, but they have more heart than you'll ever know.
All right. So he says, "Enough with this chatter. Let the modeling begin." And so they all start strutting
it's
down
a
the
walk off.
they all start strutting down the runway to you, all fashionable and whatnot. What do you do?
It's on.
I'm gonna pierce myself again.
All right, cool. All right, so let's roll for it.
All
Got
right,
this.
2d6 plus con. That is 7.
All right, cool. So there's some consequences for that. What are the consequences?
Yeah, I gotta take 1d6 damage.
Yep.
Luckily, it's only 1.
Okay.
And now I get plus 3 to attack. I'm gonna say, since I'm on camera, I just drop my top and pierce the nipple.
Okay. Nice.
Oh.
Yep. All right. Cool. All right. So
Classy.
what's Fashion Nerd doing?
Simp Army, come on, get my followers. They see me. I'm on pay-per-view.
Yep. So who you simping?
I am sending them after, not Karen. I'm sending them after Jennifer too.
Okay. Gen 2.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right.
It's a 9,
Cool. Yeah.
so that means I get 3
Nice.
d4s. 6 damage.
The song really has runway.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let me write some things down real quick.
Got this.
Cool. All right. So you're doing 6 damage.
Mhm.
All right. And what was your roll? Was it 7 to 9 or 10 plus?
It was 7 to 9, and
Okay.
I'm detained for 1 turn.
Yep. So one of the Sims is going to peel off from the group and just start basically simping on you hard, right?
Ooh.
It'll take you a turn to get rid of him. So your next turn you'll be out. But the rest of the Sims do attack Jennifer 1. Mostly her goblins are staving off the attack, but she does incur a little bit of damage from it. You said it was 6, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so eventually the goblins do dispatch the Sims and get rid of
Be right
them. They start eating the Sims. They actually eat the Sims alive. Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Because they're goblins. That's what they do. They may also do some unsavory acts to the Sims that I can't describe, because
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. Anyways, what's
Anywho,
what's Zoomlander doing?
Zoomlander's going all out with blue steel.
All right, against two.
Swagger.
Okay.
Ah, come on. Nope, that's a fail. That's a 6.
So as you go to do blue steel, Mock does his signature move.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's called the Lonely Giraffe. I know. And he cuts a backflip and then lands on his hands and legs doing a bridge, looking backwards at you. It's almost creepy, but also elegant in its own way. And it cancels out your blue steel and sends it back to you. Yep. And so you're gonna take 3 damage on that.
Okay.
You can duck your armor. Meanwhile, what's McLevin up to?
If I bind one, does that mean everybody can attack them easier?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I guess I'll bind Jessica 2 since she's already a little lower.
Jennifer 2.
Jennifer 2.
Yep.
Okay, so 2d6 plus strength. 6. Okay.
Wow. Not so much.
GM informs results.
Yep. So, so you're going to go bind them with your hair, right? Is how that works?
Yes.
Yep. So you go to bind her with your hair, but the goblins they sort of tackle you while you're en route, forcing you to the ground, and they grab your fro and pull it off.
Whoa, my secret!
The world now knows your secret.
The source of hero power.
Oh no!
And the goblins sort of descend upon it, tearing it to pieces. And you take some damage to your ego.
It's all mental damage.
Come
It's
on now.
okay.
Roll 2. So 2 damage to your ego.
Ooh, that's not too terrible.
No, it's not. It's just ego damage, not like, it's not bad. So while you're sort of crying and dealing with stuff, what is Riley doing?
Riley's gonna try and heal drop Jennifer 1.
All right.
There's 2d6 plus strength. That's a 9.
Nice.
All right.
Oh,
Did you add your strength?
I have a 0 in strength.
Oh,
I'm very much Dexy.
yeah.
All right.
So
And then roll for damage?
2d6 damage. That's 11 damage.
Dang. Nice.
No, that's actually 14 because of the plus 3.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, you're not gonna kill her, but definitely it's gonna be a pretty significant amount of damage.
I'm also gonna take a -1 to my next roll.
Yep. So you'll be -1 on your next roll. Yeah. Describe the attack.
Since I was very angry, I just pierced my nipple, and while I was piercing my nipple, I just rolled up, threw my leg up, and just kicked her right on the top of the head.
Okay. Yeah. And so she definitely takes the damage. Let me get you to roll 2d6 on Dex for Defy Danger.
That is 6.
Cool. She takes the skull after you heal drop her, and hits you right across the face with it, knocking you to the left, and you take it's just like 1 damage. So you mostly just block most of that. So but just sort of knock you off to the side a little bit. Meanwhile,
While I'm dropping, I'm gonna shout, "Take off the pants!"
nice. And she says, "You'll never take these pants. I've enslaved them with the power of necromancy." Meanwhile, Fashion Nerd, you're dealing with that simp. How do you dispatch the simp?
I tell him I'll give him a mention in my next video.
Okay, cool. So he seems pretty amenable to that, but while that's your turn basically as you're dispatching him. Meanwhile, what is Zoolander doing?
Zoolander's mad because he just did the sad giraffe, and he's gonna once again, he's gonna try Reed's Good.
All right.
Oh, come on, guys. Nope, that's gonna be a 4.
Okay, cool.
Dude, these rolls are killing me.
Yeah. So what was the move?
Reed's Good.
Read's good. Yeah. Okay. So you start reading, and it is just terrible, of course. But so Mock takes his sword, cuts right through the book you were reading, and then jabs you, and it kind of catches you right in the side. And 6 damage is what you're going to take. You can deduct your armor from that.
Oof.
As he sort of thrusts the sword into you, penetrating you to your very core. What is McLevin doing?
I think I'm gonna use my twirl and try and do some AoE damage.
All right, cool. So,
Okay. +2. Nice.
cool. Okay, so you can get 3 of the 4 total that are here. There's a little bit of spacing. So which 3 of them are you getting?
I guess the 3 girls.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah, roll for some damage. Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Very
great.
nice.
So they're all going to take the damage. Tell me how you get in and do it now with your hair revealed. How does this? How does this happen?
So I gotta reach into my adventure gear and pull out my spare afro.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I will allow that. Sure.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
So as I'm approaching the ladies, I put on my spare afro, and it lights up, and then 3 different fists come out and smack each of them as I spin around.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, they all take the hits as you do so, and then let me get you to roll Defy Danger to jump out of the mix because you are in the center of everything right now. So Defy
What's
Danger.
that?
Defy Danger on your decks.
That's 1d6.
2d6 plus your dex modifier.
Okay. It's a 9.
Cool. So you go to jump out of the mix, and sort of just as you're jumping out, Karen swings her axe and just sort of catches you on the side of the leg, grazing you though, just as you get out.
Damn you, Karen.
Yep. And you're just going to take 3 damage minus your armor on the jumping out. So. All right.
Okay.
Yep. Meanwhile, what is Riley up to?
You know what? I'm going to try to tattoo Jennifer too.
Okay.
That's 2d6 plus dex. Yeah, it succeeds.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are you going to tattoo on her, and where are you going to put it?
I'm going to try and ruin her Instagram image by tattooing a dick on her forehead.
Okay. Sure.
It's got to be greater disadvantage. That's the best disadvantage I can think of.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So
Thank
yeah.
you.
So what are the consequences? What happens to her when you do this?
She takes greater disadvantage. It's
Okay.
permanent.
Yeah. So she will now take a. Anyone who rolls against her will get +2 to the roll until she's gone. Right. So.
Yep.
So tell me how you leap in and wrangle her down for this.
Well,
Dickening.
Yeah, dickening.
right after I had heel dropped Jennifer 1 and she tossed me to the side, I kind of rolled by while he was doing the hair whip. She got whipped to where she was facing my direction just really quickly while I was rolling by. Just
Yeah.
So it's a very poorly done dick.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the best kind, right? It's like stick.
point.
It's stick figure.
it's
dick.
stick and full balls.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, cool. So yeah, you do it. Her goblin simps sort of gasp in horror, and they immediately leave. Right? She loses power over them,
I'm number 1. Yay!
No, she's still the number 1 Instagrammer, right? She hadn't had time for all the things to go down yet, but you know.
On pay-per-view, it won't be long.
Won't be long, right? But definitely the goblins that she had in her power immediately have gone away. Meanwhile, what is Fashioner doing?
Now that we're changing targets, you know what? I'm gonna go for Mox.
Okay.
It's a
You're
trap.
worse than me.
Okay.
Holy crap. 12.
Okay.
Like I said.
All right. So now Mock is pretty strong of will. So this will only last for basically 1 action.
Okay. Well, that's what I was.
But tell me how you're going to how do you draw him in?
Well, you know, from the costume looks, probably into some freaky stuff. I feel like, you know, the way that you get some simps is like through humiliation. You know, like make them feel a little bit bad about themselves. You know, insult him and stuff like that, and say, you know, I'll allow you to do my bidding.
All right. So he looks at you and he goes, "Ooh, kinky baby, what are you into?"
So I'm going to tell him to pit his people against each other for 1 turn.
All right. He says, "Ladies, show them what we've practiced. Show them on each other what you do."
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now,
What have I done?
Mike, wait, is this YouTube appropriate? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
No. So here's the problem with all of this, right? You've only enslaved him. You haven't enslaved them, and you've asked him to ask them. Now he's asked them, but they sort of just like look at each other like, "What the hell is wrong with him?"
No.
Minor confusion.
You wasted a turn.
Right. Really, there's not.
Does that cause some confusion at least?
Yeah. So you could. I'll probably take the next person to roll on each of them will take an additional +1 on them on your roll.
Okay.
Because they're sort of confused about what's going on or why their boss is asking this weirdness. But that's about it. So, what is Zoolander doing?
Zoomlander's gonna attack Mox with blue steel again.
Okay.
Come on, give me a good. That's gonna be a 7.
All right. And so how does that read?
That reads good. That's I deal 1d8 and 1d6 damage, but lose 1 turn to fatigue.
Okay. So yeah, and then so roll for your damage.
That's gonna be 7.
Okay. All right. So yeah, explain the blue steel and how it hits him.
So once again, I whip out blue steel, and then as it hits him, once again, like it normally does, my face cramps up, and it just hits him, and all he sees, like a guitar to the face, just punches him right in the head.
Cool. So yeah, it knocks him back, and he takes the force of it, and he says, "You only have the one move," but you can see like the pain in his face. You know, he's just trying to deflect, but he definitely takes the damage. Meanwhile, what is McLevin up to?
So which one of them is the lowest health?
Definitely the one you attacked before. I think. No, not number 2. That was Gen
number 1.
Gen number 1 has the most damage. Yep.
Okay. Can I know like how low health she is, or?
No,
Oh no.
but
Okay.
definitely lower.
Okay. Well, I will hit Gen 1 with the old hair whip.
Okay.
Get it.
+1. 7 to 9. Sprain my neck in the process and take 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Roll 1d6. Huh? Oof.
Okay. So yeah, definitely gonna hurt her. But it's not like not gonna kill her.
I think that 1d6 was on him.
Oh, that's on you. Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll 3d6 damage.
Yep.
And then do I get a +1 for Fashion Nerd's move?
You get one to your roll, so your roll for success. So that your 7 would be an 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello.
Nice.
All right, yeah. So that you're gonna destroy her. You're gonna destroy the simplest Gen. Oh no, this is Gen 1, right?
Yeah, Gen 1.
Yeah. So the traveling pants Gen. So yeah, you're gonna
No,
kill
I thought. Yeah, Gen 1.
Gen 1. Yeah. So you're gonna destroy Gen 1. Tell me how you do it. Yep, that one.
Okay. Rear back my head, and the fist comes out, but this time it's an open fist. And when I swing for it, it smacks her. Just
Nice.
a hard slap.
Yeah, cool.
And her body comes flying out of the traveling pants, and
Yeah.
they walk over to us.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah, so you knock her out of the pants. Blood comes out of her, sort of where you hit her. She's spewing blood forth. She, when she comes out of the pants, you and everyone sees she's wearing granny panties. I know the disgrace, right?
Good cheese.
Yeah, and it just ruins the whole image. And yeah, so the pants are free, and they sort of walk over to you guys. Now, Riley, you worship these pants. What do you do?
I'm gonna tell the pants, go, be free, roam.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
And I'm gonna give it the bag of trail mix that I carried out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So the pants, one of the legs reaches up, kind of curls up, reaches into the back pocket of the pants, and pulls out a pair of like neatly folded pants, sets it in front of you, and then it walks off.
Oh, sweet.
You look at these pants and you know that when you put them on, they will become whatever kind of like bottom you want them to be. So they'll morph into whether it's like a bikini or like short shorts or long shorts or pants. So you have your own pair of baby magical pants.
Girls, we go in 2-piece.
Nice.
So, all right, cool. And we are back to you, Riley. You having your interaction with the pants. What do you do?
Well, since I want that +1 on her, I'm gonna skate on over towards Karen there and try and choke her out.
Okay, all right.
2d6, that's 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, cool. So, yeah, just roll for your damage.
She's gonna take 4 damage, and she's passed out for a turn.
Cool. Yep, so describe it.
Well, after picking up the pants and stuffing them in my top real quick so that they're safe, I'm gonna glide on over to where Karen's still confused at the fact he just told them all to fight. Just wrap it around her neck real quick and just over the shoulder pull. Just,
Okay, cool.
go out, bitch.
I think it's important to note, too, for everyone, that fictionally what's happening is you're wearing a choker. And when you do this, you're pulling that choker off to, like, choke other people.
Yes, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, you choke her out. She falls to the ground. She's completely...
I assume that my choker is slap band style.
Yeah. It's like a slap.
So I can just pull it off.
Yeah. So, she's now down for the
Count
for a turn. She's completely passed out. So you can pop shot her if you wanted to. Anyone who's gonna go after her. So we still got mock and stuff going on. We still got Gen 2. There's a permanent +2 against her, and then Karen, who's on the ground. What is Fashion Nerd doing?
First and foremost, I would like to loot the skull off of Gen 1.
Okay, all right. So roll
Aesthetics.
hold on. So you're gonna have to like dash by all the enemies to do that. So I'm gonna need you to roll Defy Danger plus Dex to get it.
Okay. 9, because it's -1.
Yep. Okay. So as you're running by, Gen 2, your nemesis, reaches out and grabs your hair. She gets like just a small handful of hair and rips it out as you run by. Yeah, yeah. And so you're gonna take 5 damage on that. But you do get the skull. You've got it. It is now in your possession. So while you're running to get the skull, what is Zoolander doing?
So Zoomlander's gonna try and attack. What's his name?
Mock.
Swagger.
Yep.
Swagger again.
Okay.
With blue steel. I got a 10.
All right. Cool. So yeah, that's a what? 2d8 on that, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
that's gonna be 10 damage.
Cool. So yeah, describe it to me.
So I look at him and be like, one look, and then I do my look again, and I just hit him like right upside his face.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, he takes it. He takes the brunt of it. It rattles all of his body. You can see him, shudder as it hits him. And sort of when you do that, he sort of he sort of shakes and closes his eyes and rocks for a minute. What is McLovin doing?
So Jennifer 1 is incapacitated.
Jennifer 1's down.
She's out.
gone.
She's
Yeah.
dead.
Oh, dead.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Gen 2's got a ongoing +2 for anyone who attacks, and
Okay,
Aaron
okay.
is knocked out on the ground.
Okay, so I want to hit Jennifer 2
Nice.
with my hair whip.
Okay.
+1, and then is there still that +1 from earlier? Where
Who enacted the +1 on everybody?
Fashion Nerd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that would be over now because it's cycled back to her since that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no. But it's still +2 on Gen 2. So whatever your roll is, plus your modifier +2.
Okay, so nice. I got a full success. So let's roll 3d6 +2.
Well, the +2 is for your initial roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get a 12 basically instead of a 10.
So 8 damage.
Okay. So yeah, describe it.
Let's see. Instead of the slap coming out, some locks of hair come out of the afro. Just the spare afro, it's different.
Yeah.
So the locks come out and they come back like a whip and then smack forward. Hit,
Cool. So yes,
hit her right in the middle of the head.
Yes. So they lash
Aim
her.
for the dick.
Yeah, you slash her right in the dick. Because she's a dickhead, right? I mean. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You guys did it, not me. Anyway, so yeah, she definitely takes the pain. You see some like blood where you slash. She's got some scarring now. Where you've hit her in the head.
You need to get that checked out.
Yep. So at this time, Mock's pretty mad at everything that's going on. So you can see like an aura around him, and his hair sort of stands straight on end, and his eyes glow red, and he does another one of his infamous moves, and it's called Unbridled Papaya, And he gets down on all
Right.
he gets down on all fours and then raises one arm up in the air and turns his head like a full 180 degrees. And the sight of it sort of is just super disturbing, but also elegant like before. Let me get everyone to roll Defy Danger on your Constitution.
Wow, are all of his
Hey,
poses kneeling?
13.
I got a 7.
10.
So,
I got a 7.
7. Is that 13 for you for Riley?
For me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then was it for McLevin?
10.
10. Okay, cool. All right. So Riley and McLevin managed to avert their eyes before they can be affected by this. Both Fashion Nerd and Zoolander, you face it head on, and you have pretty decent constitution. You stave off a lot of it, but you do still incur so much damage if you both mark 2 damage, not including your armor, on that for just being disturbed greatly by this weird move he's done. So, what is Riley doing right after this group attack has happened?
Well, Riley's gonna look over at Jennifer too, see if she just got hit in the dick, and try to heal drop on it too.
Okay.
Nice.
That is 2d6 plus Dex plus 2, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. All right. And then what is the 7 to 9 on that?
I lose balance, and I get a -1 to my next roll.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for damage.
3, yay!
All right. Yeah, so you're just gonna do a little damage. Tell me how you do the heal drop, but you're not gonna sort of get her fully.
Well, since I'm over by Karen, I just finished knocking her out. I'm gonna do like a little handstand cartwheel and just bring the foot down, but miss her head and hit her on the shoulder instead.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, she takes a little bit of damage. There's a little bit of skate scuff mark on her shoulder where you've attacked her. So at this time, Karen sort of regained consciousness and standing back up. No one took the free pop shot on her, so that's on all of you. She.
It was Karen that was knocked down.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. So she sort of stands back up and regains her ability. Grabs her axe, picks it up. She's at the ready. Meanwhile, what is Fashion Nerd doing?
Let's try it's a trap, but closer to the front. Let's try Karen.
All right.
14.
Okay. So
Nice.
how do you trap Karen?
I tell Karen that I need her to show me her sick battle axe moves on Jennifer 2 and secure my spot for me.
Okay. So
I compliment her axe and tell her, that it makes you look very strong.
Okay, yeah. So she's a fairly classic, blonde bimbo. So politically correct, not bonds aren't bimbos, but for the fictional world, we're going to say that they are.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm fine. I've heard all the jokes. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the internet. I'm looking at you.
Okay.
yeah.
Looking at you, internet. Looking at you. Don't be serious all the time, all right?
No.
Well, Zoolander says the internet's not real, but
Yeah, right.
or what made me famous?
Right. She says, "Oh my God, thank you. It is great." And she sort of starts twirling it around. She doesn't necessarily mean to hit Karen. She's just sort of teasing at Karen with it. But she misjudges the distance, and she definitely hits Karen for some amount of damage. So Karen takes 5 damage. So she catches Karen and cuts off one of Karen's arms.
Oh, God.
So Karen loses her right arm.
Photo taking arm, no!
Yep. But Karen's resilient. Karen takes the time to selfie just lost an arm, right? Right.
You mean Jennifer 2?
Yeah, sorry, Jennifer too. Yeah, just lost an arm. She's like, just lost an arm. Click. And she's just spewing blood forth. So,
I don't know what she would have done if it would have been her selfie arm.
Yeah.
Like, what would she have
Oh,
ever
she's
done?
She would've just-
ambidextrous.
She would have just put a selfie stick right in the stump.
Oh,
So what is Zoolander doing?
let's see. Zoomlander's gonna attack Swagger once more.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 10.
All right, cool. This is a standard attack.
This is blue steel
Okay.
again.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be 8.
Cool. All right, cool. So yeah, he's gonna take some damage. Tell me how you're whipping out the same move over and over again.
Yeah. Well, it's different.
I know.
There's slight differences. But I just once again do blue steel, and this time I want to hit him like, oh, I'm gonna feint it, be like, and then all of a sudden he thinks it's gonna come for his face, and then it's gonna go right for the abdomen.
All right, cool. Yeah. So it hits him, and he starts sort of like getting up from this weird pose, right? As it hits him, and it sort of knocks him off balance. He kind of stutters and falters back a little bit as it happens.
Right in the floofles.
Yeah, and in the floofles, right in the papaya. Yeah, he looks pretty shaken from it. What is McLovin up to right now?
Jennifer 1 is still alive. I mean 2.
No,
Jen-
Jennifer too. Yeah.
Gen 2's alive, but barely, for sure.
Okay. If I use my twirl, can I hit all 3?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that. Okay.
Nice.
So 1d6 AoE. Two.
Okay, so it's not a lot of damage, but you know what? It's enough to kill Gen 2. So yeah, the other two are just gonna take a little bit of hit. It's not gonna hurt them terribly. Gen 2 gonna die. Describe it for me. Tell me how it happens.
I start spinning in a circle, and it just starts spinning faster and faster, and some blades of hair come out and just chip them for 2
Nice.
damage.
Yeah. So yeah, with Gen 2, I guess it maybe like severs an artery or something. You know, she's already bleeding out, right? So this is just like insult to injury at this point. Yeah, she hits the ground, and when she does, her implants pop, and you can see her chest.
Oh god.
You can see her chest sort of deflate, right? Yep. And
Fashion
this-
nerd, I'm sorry for calling you fake.
Yeah.
She's fake.
Yep. And this sort of instantly propels Fashion Nerd to the #1 Instagram spot. Fashion Nerd is #1. So what is Riley doing?
Hey guys, I'll
Riley,
be right back. Give me 1 sec.
Sure.
seeing that Gen 2 is down, Gen 1 is down, Karen's the only one left. I'm going to leave them for them, and I'm going to go and try and tattoo Mock this time.
All right.
I get a -1, yay. So, 6.
Yep.
Oh, wait, plus Dex, 7. So it just brings me back to 7.
Okay. All right. And so what are you gonna tattoo on Mock?
Well, it seemed to work last time, so let's give him a nice tick on the forehead.
All right. Cool.
It's a very identifying image. But they are going to retaliate against me.
Yep. All right. Cool. So describe to me how you do it and what the retaliation is.
Well, I've noticed that he's been getting hit by the fantastic stare, so I'm going to skate on up to him while he's busy with that. Just draw a little bit more detailed dick this time.
Okay. All right.
So a classy dick. Does it have a bow
Yes.
tie?
It is definitely the
It has a ball tie.
just like yeah, it's a ball tie. While I'm doing so, he's gonna turn at me and hit me.
Cool. Yeah. So honestly, I think maybe what happens is just as you finish it, he enrages. He's like, my face, my beautiful face, and then he headbutts you, right?
Fair enough.
So he headbutts you right in your head, and 5 damage. You can deduct your armor from that, and knocks you back several feet because you're on the skates, right?
Yep.
And knocks you a little off balance as you go back several feet.
He now does have a permanent disadvantage.
Yeah. So his permanent was 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
7,
Because if Grader's 2, yeah.
Yeah. So he has a -1 to rolls. Basically, you all get a +1 on your attempt rolls against him.
Yes.
So, what does Fashioner doing?
We gotta get rid of Karen, so I'm gonna bring out the Simp Army.
Get her.
7.
Cool. So go ahead and roll for damage too.
All right. Six.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you're gonna do some damage. But here's what's gonna happen, right? The former simp goblins of Gen 2 are gonna come back because they're still in the area. And so 2 of them are gonna go sort of make an assault on Karen for you, but one of them is gonna start chatting you up.
I know.
Right. Okay. So
I'm used to it.
tell me what the other 2 do to Karen.
They're climbing up her like a mountain and pulling on her hair. You know, one of them's got a hold of the axe. They're trying to deflate her breast to see if she's the same as Gen 2.
Cool.
Just with their tiny little daggers.
So yeah, they definitely they're sort of pulling on her, doing they do a little damage. But at some point, Karen's had enough, and she lops off their heads, right?
Ooh.
And
That's fair.
they fall to the ground dead. And meanwhile, the other one's trying to chat you up. This little goblin, you know, he's sort of at you, and he's like, hey, how you doing? So you're the new #1, huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. What are your links? Send me some links, baby. So he's chatting you up. Meanwhile, what's Zoolander doing?
So does Swagger have a +1 on him?
Yeah, what's +1 to rolls against him, basically, for attempts.
Okay. Once again, I'm gonna go for blue steel.
And steel, tried and true, trusty.
Tried and true. Yes! Awesome. That's what I wanted. It's gonna be a 10 plus my Constitution 1, so that's gonna be a 12. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna whip out the Magnum, right?
Yep. The Magnum.
So roll your damage.
All right.
We lost. Okay, is Amanda still there?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Sorry.
And
Looking at my dice.
remember, time is gonna stop, so you're all gonna basically take a pop shot, right?
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's gonna be. It's gonna be 6 damage.
Okay. So 6. All right. Now the rest of you, go ahead and roll your standard damage for an attack.
Okay.
Nice.
Got a 3.
Okay.
6.
Damn.
Oh god.
Cool. All right. So you do Magnum, and you know he's got a pretty high fortitude. So it's not going to damage him a whole lot, but it definitely does stop time though. So he takes a little bit of damage, but time stops, and you all have a moment to like hit him. Describe your hits.
Oh, I headbutt him back.
Okay.
I use my spare charger as a morning glory and just whip him across the forehead, Dick.
Okay. All right. And then what does McLevin do?
I stomp on his foot.
Cool.
You go low, we'll all go high. Sounds good.
The stomp off.
So yeah, you
Tried
all
and true maneuver.
you all do your moves. You hit him, and then you take a jump back as time resumes. And as it does, he sort of takes the hits all at once. You know, his whole body sort of takes the hits, and it's like he gets rattled. He says, looking at Zoolander. He says, "Was that Magnum?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
And,
turn to laugh.
Yeah. And now y'all don't see this, but the whole world as they're watching gasps, right? They're like, you know, having seen Magnum for the first time, you know, a pose so powerful that it stops time, you know.
Yeah. Super strong move.
Right, it's the first time it's ever been seen on film. So, what is McLovin doing?
Can I pop a health potion and attack in the same turn?
No.
No, okay. I'm just gonna risk it on my health then.
Alright.
I'm gonna swing at Karen with the hair whip.
Alright. Phew.
Oh, low.
Yep. So.
You got hair to fight back.
Yep. You go swinging with your hair whip, and Karen, your longtime rival, and now knowing your dirty secret, lops off the top of your afro with her axe. So she doesn't catch. She sort of just like grazes your scalp, but the whole you now have like a half bowl, right? You're like, you know, I don't know, Homie the Clown or something. I don't know. Right. And you're gonna take 6 damage on that.
Jesus.
Yep. Minus your armor. So how are you looking on health?
8.
Oh, you're fine. You're okay. So Mock, having now seen Magnum, feels threatened and challenged, and so he whips out his greatest move. So he dislocates his shoulders, and they sort of fold behind him. It looks like he doesn't have any arms at all. And then he takes and locks his legs together and starts wiggling like a worm or something. But his head stays still the whole time. His head never moves. Just his body wiggles, and he gives this intense gaze and stare. The
inappropriate worm.
Yeah. That's what it's called. It's the inappropriate worm. I'm okay with that.
I feel touched.
Yeah, you feel the whole room just sort of rattle and shake. Let me get everyone to roll 2d6 on Constitution for Defy Danger.
Yes, 11.
Oh no. 6.
My roller skates are great.
So, what'd you get, Matt?
I got 7.
7. All right. So, Riley manages to avoid this the magical pants she's stuck in her cleavage start to glow and form a protective barrier around her from this damage. Meanwhile, both Zoolander and McLovin are facing it head on, just sort of holding their arms up to guard them. They both just take 2 damage on it. Fashion Nerd, however, is hit by the full force of this, unable to resist it, taking 7 damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, it's pretty devastating. What is Riley up to with having just evaded this attack with the magical pants?
Riley's gonna shout, "McLovin, I got you!" and I'm gonna go choke out Karen again.
All right. Cool.
All right. 2d6. That's 3, 4, 5. No, I'm not.
Yeah. So
You miscalculated.
yeah. So you go to wrap the choker around Karen's neck, but Karen actually like flexes her neck and breaks the choker.
Oh my god!
Oh, goodness.
your choker is now broken, and
That's gross.
you could you could possibly pull another one out of your adventuring gear, but that one is gone, right? When she does, the choker snaps back and hits you in the face, causing 4 damage, and knocking you back off of her. What is Fashion Nerd doing?
I'm gonna have to get another health potion out of my bag.
Okay.
So what do I roll to see if?
You roll
How much?
2d6 for how much it heals you for.
Oh, good, 10. So much better.
Okay, cool. So you over there popping a potion,
Name brand's the best.
taking a selfie. You know, because maybe you get like a kickback from this brand.
Oh, I do. Absolutely. Hashtag spons.
Yeah. So, Zoolander, what's up?
Does he Swagger still have that +1 on him or not?
Yeah, it's permanent.
It's
Yeah.
permanent.
Oh, okay. After seeing that move that he did to me, be like, I'm gonna be like, that's not a move. This is a move. I got 9 on that one.
For what move?
Blue steel.
Okay. All right. So,
It's literally just a stare off
Yeah.
between you.
It's a staring contest.
yeah. So, roll for damage.
Staring for Karen. Woo! That's gonna be 10.
All right. And then what was the negative effects on that?
The negative effect is I feel fatigue for one run. I lose
Lose
one
one
turn
turn.
to fatigue.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So. Yep. All right. So yeah, he's gonna take damage. Describe to me what's going on.
So I'm just like gonna just do blue steel one more time, and then I'm just gonna the force of it's just gonna punch him right in the junk.
Okay. All right. In the actual dick.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, he takes the blow, and sort of crouches over and sort of he grabs himself as he takes the damage, and you hear him sort of squeak out a little bit in pain as it happens. In the meantime, McLovin, what's happening with your half throw?
Well, I'm gonna have to use a health potion here.
Yeah.
So, what do you roll for that?
Roll 2d6 and mark one of your adventuring gears gone.
Okay. So I got 3 adventuring gears left. And I'm up to 13 health.
All right, cool. Riley, what's happening?
How bad hurt do these two look?
Mock's definitely pretty hurting bad. Karen, she's doing okay. I mean, she's hurt, but like it's not the end of the world.
All right,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
flesh
keep up
wound.
the trend of bouncing between people, and I'm gonna heal drop mock.
All right, cool.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so you go to drop the heal on Mock, and Mock, having regained himself from the ball and attack, he reaches one hand up, grabs your skate, and sort of just flings you across the room, and sort of shouts at you, "Not today, freak!" Yep. And so you hit the wall, and you take 4 damage on that. So what's Fashion Nerd up to? Are you still dealing with that? Oh, you healed last turn, which I think you were supposed to lose to the goblin. So we'll lose this one. How do you dispatch the goblin?
To dispatch the goblin, I tell them how important, that their patronage is to me, and how I respect them as a fan, and I give them the whole spiel, and then I thank them for, noticing that I was far superior to Jennifer too.
Okay,
and
cool.
feeling like they did a good job, they scurried off.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So while you dispatch the goblin, what is Zoolander doing?
Don't I lose a turn?
Oh yeah, you do this turn. Yep. You're regaining your constitution, so
Yep.
you are also out. McLovin, what is happening to you?
Oh, we about to hit Swaggins with the hair whip.
Get it.
+2, because he has an extra 1 on him, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So, describe to me how you are intending to hit the mock.
So the afro is kind of like malfunctioning since half of it's chopped, but some like stray hairs just come out and they like form together and just crack the whip on him just straight on the top of his head.
Okay.
Smack it.
Nice.
So, as you're doing that, something unforeseen happens. Karen throws herself in the way, and you actually slice Karen in two.
Ooh, nice.
With your fro. She dies.
Good riddance.
Each half of her goes in either direction.
Bye.
Her axe falling to the ground, and Karen is completely dispatched. And that is the end of Karen and the Jennifers. What is Riley up to?
Riley needs healing, so she's also going to pull out a health potion.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool.
That's something.
Yep. And
Better than nothing.
while you're healing, what is Fashion Nerd doing?
Try it's a trap, and maybe this time I'll actually give a command that can, work.
Sure.
10 even.
Okay. So, how do you ensnare him, and then what do you ask him to do?
Okay, the ensnaring, I compliment, flatter, that seems to be, his type because he's egotistical.
Yeah.
And, just inflate the ego. And then what I'm going to ask, maybe he won't completely concede to, but we'll see. So I'm just going to be like, you need to tell us that we have won, that we are superior, and that you won't touch our school.
So,
Maybe mental damage.
yeah. So, he ponders this question, right? So he's sort of thinking on it. He's really struggling with it internally. You can see him sort of talking to himself about it. And in doing so, he's completely prone to attack at this time. So while that's the case, what is Zoolander doing?
Zoomlander's gonna.
I'll tell you what. You can pick any ability and not have to roll for it because he's completely prone.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So if I picked blue steel, that would
It'll
just
be-
be a regular
Yeah.
2d8, right?
If you
Or would it
pick
be Magnum?
If you pick blue steel, it's a complete success. You get a magnum.
Okay, then I'll use blue steel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was curious. I was
Yep.
like, is it an automatic
Yep.
12?
So yeah. Do the magnum.
All right, so I do Magnum one more time and be like, double dose.
Nice. So roll for your damage.
All right, come on, need something good. Ugh, that wasn't good. That was 5.
Cool. But time stops, right? And everyone gets a shot. So everyone roll for damage.
I got 4.
I got 4 as well.
Oh, no, I rolled the wrong thing.
Hey.
Nice.
Yep. So cool. Everyone describe their attack to me on Mach.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna deck him in the chin. Straight upwards. Uppercut style.
Cool.
I'm gonna slash him with one of his little dagger plumes.
Okay. So you're gonna break it off and hit him with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna use my dual hairbrushes to rip his hair out.
Oh,
Sweet.
feel the burn.
So the force of the magnum hits him. Time stops. You all jump in to do your attacks. And as you sort of jump back and time resumes, his body sort of explodes into ash, right? And he sort of like disintegrates into the room, and his ashes just fall to the floor. And when that happens, you can see sort of like a almost like a magic essence rise from the ashes and into the air. But when that happens, what happens is that the whole building starts to shake and rumble, and you can sort of feel the entire structure start to tilt. You're starting to slide to the side. It maybe seems as though the structure is falling to the ground. That Mock's sort of power was the only thing keeping this thing afloat.
Oh no.
So what do you do?
Need to run. We need to
Get the hell
leave.
out of there.
Yeah.
Can I find out if one of my questionable contacts here has a helicopter?
You can see if one of your crystal contacts has a way off the building. How about that?
All right, that'll work. With an 11? Yes, I do.
Nice.
Cool. So yeah, you put out some feelers to your contacts. You start texting some people, and you do get a reply back. And one of them tells you that they've been watching the feed, right? And they know you're in the theater. They said there's actually a trapdoor on the stage that will magically warp you. Sorry.
Bless you.
Yep. A magic portal that'll warp you to the entrance gate.
All right, hey guys, let's take the portal out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Also, as I'm sliding down the trapdoor, I scoop up some of the magical, like, mystical, haunted ashes in a promotional water bottle.
Okay. Nice. So yeah.
Let's waggly.
So you all warp to the gate, and you warp out just in time to see the whole structure crashing into the ground. There's some fire coming out from different places. All the structure is crumbling apart as it crashes, and there are like news crews at the base of this thing. They've all come out to sort of see what's going on, and they're just swamp you. The paparazzi swamps you, starts asking you questions. What kind of questions are they asking you? So we'll just start top to bottom. Riley, what are they asking you?
They're asking me about the pants. Like
Okay.
how. They're
Who are
very
you
con-
wearing?
Who are you wearing? I'm wearing Gucci.
Gucci.
Nice. What are they asking Fashion Nerd?
They're asking how it feels to be number one and why we started the fight.
Cool. Do you answer?
It feels great to be number one, and we started the fight because, well, they started it, and not to outdo the teacher, but I'm going to quote him and say, "No one makes me bleed my own blood."
Yeah. All right. Cool.
That's a different universe.
Yeah. So we'll come to Zoolander last, actually. What McLovin? What are they asking you?
Why I wore a wig
Yeah.
as the hair model,
Yeah.
but I tell them that the wig was specially enchanted to help me succeed.
Cool. And then finally, Zoolander. What are they asking you?
They're asking me about Magnum, and does this mean that I potentially have a comeback? That I'm gonna be back into the fashion game.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So after all the hoopla dies down, you all sort of return triumphant and famous. Some time goes by, the community college is no longer a community college; it is a national college, and it is sort of the epicenter for new and aspiring models. 6 months goes by. The three of you who are students have graduated, and you now have careers doing something. So, an epilogue. What is Riley doing? It's 6 months later. What are you doing?
Well, since I got my experience and everything, I'm now officially an alternative model. I'm part of the sisterhood. And in order to help out aspiring alternative models, I've set up a little club in the school.
Cool. Awesome. All right. And then, Fashioner, what's going on? What are you doing? It's been 6 months.
Spawn steals for days.
Yeah.
And I it only helped that I am now intelligent and loved. So.
Nice. McLovin, what's been happening for you? What have you achieved?
Well, I grew out my own long wavy hair, and I'm cutting hair for the wealthiest people in the world.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
And then Zoolander, you've made a name for yourself once again. You've risen back to the top. What does the future hold for Zoolander?
Zoolander, once he got back to the top, he enjoyed being back at the top for a while, and then decided that he was going to retire on top.
Okay.
That he did what he needed to. He got his honor back, and that might as well go out in a blaze of glory while you're still on top.
So perhaps as you retire, you're gonna sort of nominate your pick for the next top model icon. Who do you nominate?
Is it out of these guys, or is it just out of anyone in
be.
general? Okay. I don't pick anyone. I want to let them. I just want to let them. Whoever's going to be on the top needs to get it on their own, like I did, from the hard streets of fashion.
Yeah, cool.
Have a battle royale.
So they're
I also agree to a piercing, but only for collaboration. If I'm allowed to collaborate.
You'll do it live on camera. On camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it part as my new e-girl routine starts up.
Yeah.
Dude Girl Gaming.
Yeah, cool. Well, cool. Since you've left open the next top model, we're gonna cut ahead just another 3 months after you've retired, and you're all surprised to find that the guard from the transport tower somehow is the top model. Yeah.
Wait, the guy that died or the girl?
The girl.
No. The guy who transported you up. He said he didn't follow modeling.
Oh,
Yeah.
That car.
I
That
was
guy.
like, Jesus, that dude died and still got sexier.
Nah.
They just drag his corpse on stage.
No, everyone in the school basically died. He would have been the only one left. But yeah, he somehow miraculously became the top model after the 3 months after Zoolander died. So
Good for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's it. That's the model campaign.
Nice. That was very fun.
Yeah.
Sweet. That was fun.
Yeah. How'd you guys? Did you guys enjoy it? Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
fun, man.
Cool.
Yeah, it was.
I like that talking it out never worked.
Yeah.
Dude, every one of us have a let's talk it out ability, and none of them work. Like none of them.
Mine worked
No.
a few times, but I
Yeah.
basically used it to get them to murder others.
I managed to get us information on where he was that we didn't use.
Yeah.
We were just like, we'll
We
set
started
him
at
up.
lunch instead.
Oh, also, there's a lawsuit pending against you for a stolen limousine. The four of you have a lawsuit pending.
4 of us.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So-
I have lawyer simps. It's
Right.
okay.
And then there's also an investigation into the murder of some swimsuit models that you were supposed to pick up, and so you've all been summoned to court for that. Even though you didn't murder them, but no one necessarily knows that.
I want to roll to convince them that they blew themselves up.
It's too late. No more rolls. We're done.
Can I use the haunted water bottle genie? Like,
Yeah. So, but yeah, cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's